Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball on Cardinals TV is powered by MLB. We welcome you to baseball heaven. It's Busch Stadium. It's the Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates on a cool and cloudy night for baseball in downtown St. Louis. Welcome to the UMB Champions Club, everybody. I'm Chip Carey. He's Brad Thompson.
Chip, this is the place to be. Chip, I'll take two.
Okay.
Wins in a row against the Pirates. That's exactly what we want. Look, Cardinals have already taken 4 from them. It has been an outstanding homestand so far. A lot of action, and Chip, a lot of power showing up in this series.
Cardinals are pouring on the offense. A lot of home run balls. Maybe the most surprising thing about this series, head-to-head with the Cardinals and Buccos, is the Cardinals' home run power.
Big time. Look, let's get into it. How about the kid from Mars, Pennsylvania, J.J. Weatherholt? His big 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. That broke an 0 for 12 for J.J. He needed that. The Cardinals needed it. And then Nolan Gorman, his 80th career home run, a 2-run shot in the 5th inning. But, Chip, the Birds weren't done.
Yeah, 2 more home runs. Alec Burleson, he is 34 RBIs on the year. That ties him with Jordan Walker. Burley, we thought his wrist might have had some problems. It looked pretty good with that drive over the Cardinals bullpen. And then, of course, Ivan Herrera, the extra inning heroics. Can you believe that's his first and only walk-off RBI?
No, and his interview on the field with Jim Hayes was awesome. All of the emotions, so many great things going on early in this series.
So let's check out our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. The Cardinals' offensive rankings, they have indeed powered up, and surprisingly so.
Chip, we were wondering where all of the runs were going to come from. Apparently, the long ball is part of the answer. 11th in home runs with 55 of them. A percentage of the hits that are home run, that's 9th in baseball, and a team OPS that is 11th as well. Pretty impressive for this offense.
So let's raise a glass to a Cardinals win. Let's see if they can make it perfect still against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cardinals are 5-0 against the battling Buccos, and Ivan Herrera, a big hand in that. He's going to sit down with the cat, Jim Hayes, as we get you set for the Birds and the Bucks from Busch tonight. Who poured this? Wow.
Steal of the season. So switch to Verizon now.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. Visit cardinalschecking.com, and buy your quality Ford dealers Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. What a fun night at the ballpark last night. A little nerve-wracking, but Ivan Herrera, Brad, got it done with a walk-off home run, the first of his career. We keep saying it, this kid was born to hit.
Yeah, he really has been the 5th home run of the season for him. You look at the numbers, though, since 2024, hitting for average, showing off the power. And by the way, there's more there. 116 driven in and 67 extra base hits for Ivan Herrera. This guy's using the whole field. He does a little bit of everything, Chip.
Fun to watch him do his thing. Always fun to listen to him chat with the cat, Jim Hayes. And they spoke earlier today.
Walk-off home run, a 3-run homer for Ivan Herrera last night. And after the game, you told me it was a dream come true. You had never done that before. So tell me about that. Growing up, were you thinking about that moment one day you would be a big leaguer and deliver a walk-off?
I mean, I actually thought about it, maybe when I was like playing with my friends back in the day, with my brother. I remember we playing in the backyard of my house with a piece of the colorful balls, and a piece of wood that belongs to like a chair that we rip apart just to have a bat. So we always joke like bases loaded, 9th inning, hit a homer and walk off. And I did. I wasn't trying to, believe me. I wasn't trying to hit a homer. I was trying to hit a fly ball.
Did you know off the bat it was gone?
Kind of. Yeah, I hit it pretty good. I was like, okay, I spin it well, and just watching the ball fly, listening to the type of guys, and it's just definitely, like I said, a dream come true, because you think about that as a kid, and it happened now. Never happened in the minor leagues, so I'm just excited that happened yesterday.
Mom, Dad, your brother, They watch some of the games. Did you hear from them?
Oh yeah, they were excited. They watch every single game. Like I say, they think they're my hitting coaches. They always like, why don't you swing at the first pitch, or why do you take that pitch? I was like, don't you realize that like I'm facing pitchers like the best in the world, you know? So it's like it's a really competitive environment. So and I got this story with my dad that he always jokes and tells me like, oh, back in the day when I played, this guy throw 90 miles an hour. And I'm like, Dad, you know, I wish everybody throw 90. You know, like everybody throws 100 nowadays. So it's pretty cool, you know, and they're just proud, and I'm happy that I can make them proud.
Last thing, you hit the ball out, end the game, it's a walk-off, and you're rounding the bases. And you know you just helped your crew, your team, your boys get the W. What's that feeling like?
Amazing. I mean, like I said, the way I think is just like do a little bit to help the team win, and there I win. Like that's a huge deal to me. Like I said, that was a dream.
Hopefully that dream will continue for Ivan Herrera, Brad Thompson. Hopefully Michael McGreevy's dream season will continue. His ERA slightly over 2. He's on a roll, and he's got the ball in Game 2 of the series tonight. Well, Brandy, Michael McGreevy's on a very nice roll indeed for the Cardinals. He's making the long walk in, getting ready to start against the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's our Hyundai in the driver's seat feature.
Yeah, Chip, I would say he's been in the driver's seat over the last 4 starts for Michael McGreevy. 6 innings a start, a .75 ERA. He's not allowing any free passes. We know that about him. He's only given up 2 runs, a pair of solo shots, and he has just been in control. When you think about numbers like this, you think about guys that throw 100, 101, wipeout stuff. This dude just knows how to use his arsenal and pitch. And Chip, pretty good company that Michael McGreevy finds himself in.
Yeah, he's not a StatCast darling by any stretch of the imagination, but your bigger point, he knows how to pitch.
He is a big league pitcher. He knows how to use his 6-pitch arsenal. He sets up hitters well. He gets them off the barrel, and he uses the defense behind him.
Well, let's see if that's the recipe for success tonight. The Cardinals have not lost yet to the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Redbirds are 5-0, and they are rolling. And yes, the Tarps Out crew is here in St. Louis for Game 2 at raucous Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Hey, the Cardinals are cunking. They're only a half game out of first in the National League Central. We join you from the Champions Club at Busch Stadium, where the recipe for success is plenty of power and some excellent starting pitching, a trend that we hope continues tonight, Brad, because that's exactly what we've seen over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it really has been. I don't know how I missed that stir-fry station. I'll be back probably in a minute or two. It is a beautiful night for baseball, and it has been a beautiful stretch here, Chip, for the Cardinals. Look at what they've been doing over their last 20 games. 14-6 the record. How about the pitching staff, what they've been able to do, scoring over 4.5 runs a game? Pretty impressive.
That is the Home Depot's working on a win feature. You know, Oliver Marmol would love a similar result tonight as Michael McGreevy takes them out for the Cardinals. Look at what he's done. A sparkling 2.10 ERA. His last 2 starts outstanding for the Redbirds against the Athletics and against the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, a couple of really tough offenses as we take a look at the pitch arsenal for Michael McGreevy. Utilizes that 4-seam fastball. Changeup has been almost unhittable this year. Sinker, sweeper, curve, cutter, and slider for the 25-year-old right-hander.
The Pittsburgh Pirates are a 500 club at the moment for Don Kelly. His Menards starting lineup for the Buccos features Nick Gonzalez, Brandon Lau, Brian Reynolds, O'Neill Cruz, Spencer Horwitz, a villain in a pinch-hitting role last night. Connor Griffin drops to 6th in the lineup with Rodriguez, Garcia, and Jake Mangum hitting 7th, 8th, and 9th. Again, the Cardinals have had the Pirates' number. The Redbirds are 5-0 this year against Pittsburgh.
Chip, who was that batting 8th again?
Huh?
Who was that batting 8th for them?
Garcia.
Yeah, the password. The password. Joe Stinson. I just had the phonetic spelling in front of me, that's all.
You're better at that than I am for sure. As you look at the Cardinals defense, good to have Mason Wynn back. A scare against Kansas City. The left knee was a bit of an issue, but a day off, a day of rest yesterday. He is good to go, and that was a big difference in the game last night. You could tell the Cardinals' infield defense not quite the same without Mason Wynn.
Yeah, and no defense is going to be the same without a Gold Glover, especially at the position of shortstop. So glad he's back. All the imaging came back fine on that knee, and He is ready to rock and roll in this one. Hopefully plenty busy when Michael McGreevy's on the mound. A lot of weak contact, especially in that infield.
And he'll be joined by Cesar Prieto, who gets the start at the hot corner defensively for the Redbirds here in game 2. It's McGreevy versus Gonzalez, and we are underway in St. Louis with ball 1 for Gonzalez. This guy's had an impressive run against the Cardinals this year. 7 hits, a couple of RBIs, and is batting the St. Louis area code 314 to start the year. Check swing roller. That'll get the night off to a good start. 1 man down.
Well, we've talked a ton about the changeup of Michael McGreevy, how good that is. That sinker has been just as effective, especially to the right-handers. A little tapper right back to him.
Tarps off Cruz. Got the roll call working here in the first inning. Here's Brandon Lau, 252 hitter. He's got a couple of hits in the series. And there they are. And that group is going to grow and grow and grow as this chilly night rolls along the bush. That just missed.
So we had a little combination. Had the tops, tarps off crew.
Yep.
Then you also had a hot dog dressed up out there, which I was kind of digging that. Seems a little warmer, but festive, you know. I'm here to party, but I want to be a little warmer.
Well, that's been the story here in the early going in St. Louis. Busch Stadium has been the best party in town because the Cardinals are playing great baseball. And
there he is. Mustard dog, too. He knows what's up.
Yep.
Got that dog in him. Or on him.
A ball and 2 strikes from McGreevy. And that one taken low for Lau. What's so fun about that group is they do not sit down. They stand the entire game. Ought to have that kind of energy again. As McGreevy ready with his 2-2 pitch. And it's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. You know, McGreevy, excellent command, only 11 walks this year and just over 51 innings. Ryan Reynolds waits next. And that one on the ground. Mason backhand, strong throw, and in plenty of time. 2 out.
Well, the thing about Mason Wynn over at shortstop, Chip, he makes plays that are not that easy look that easy. Look where he's starting on this play. Got a range way to his backhand side, plant the foot, strong throw across to get Brandon Lau for the 2nd out.
And the key on that play, Brad, the plant. It was the left knee that was troublesome. He had to plant that knee, spin on it, and throw across his body. And everything came up roses, it appeared, for Mason here in the first. Now Reynolds is next. Reynolds at 253, 4 homers, 28 driven in. He drove home a couple of runs last night. Reynolds 2 for 4 in his career against McGreevy. And that one headed our way and just below us here at the Champions Club. Might want to keep your hands up and out of your meal.
How am I supposed to eat if I've got to be ready? Also, got plates on plates full of food up here. Not leaving here without the wheezes. I'll tell you that right now.
2 balls and a strike. Right there, evens it up. It's 2-2. Well, maybe this is where you see that changeup from McGreevy. It's been such an awesome pitch for him. He's only given up 5 hits on the changeup all year. We're about to find out. That was a slider that just missed low. Another full count, 2 of those in the opening inning.
Yeah, with that changeup, though, what's been impressive to me, it's been effective against both sides. The opposition overall is hitting 111 against it. That's righties 111 and lefties 111. It's been tough. it is.
Another ground ball. McGreevy's got 3 of those in a 1-2-3 scoreless top half of the first inning. J.J. Weatherholt hit another homer against the Pirates last night. He's first. Ivan Herrera walked us off with a homer. Burley hit a homer. Cardinals hit 4 last night. They'd love to do that again in Game 2 tonight. Cardinals have a chance to get to 10 games over 500 with a win tonight. This is your Menards Redbirds starting lineup. It's a left, right all the way until the bottom 3 with Cesar Prieto starting at third. Nathan Church in left. Victor Scott the second in center. That's Carmen Mlodzinski. 9 games and 7 starts.
Yeah, way to sound it out on that one. Very good work. Obviously, Mlodzinski. Let's take a look at the way that Mlodzinski's going at it. His pitch arsenal. He uses that split finger quite a bit. That's his swing and miss pitch. 4-seam sinker, curve, sweeper, and slider for Carmen Mlodzinski.
Weatherholt takes one down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Last time Mlodzinski in relief, 5 innings against the Rockies. Gave up 2 runs in that game. But he's winless on the road this year. He's 0-3 for Pittsburgh. But he's been tough against the Cardinals. He's got a really good arm.
He has been tough against St. Louis. He's 2-0 with a 2.18 ERA against the Cardinals. He struggled though his last 5 starts. He's got an ERA north of 6.5 over his last 5.
And a swing and a miss for Weatherholt. There's the split finger pitch. That's a pitch, Brad, he throws more than any other.
Yeah, he likes it, right? Leans on it. Looks like the fastball out of the hand. You know that Don Kelly's hoping that that thing's on early and often.
Mlodzinski out of the stretch. And spiked that one. That's a splitter, full count. That's what Weatherholt does. He sees a lot of pitches. He's walked in 4 straight games. He'd love to set the table for the walk-off hero last night. Can't say how impressed I am more about what Weatherholt is going through. He's facing so many pitchers, Brad, for the first time, including Mlodzinski tonight, and he's still having this kind of patience and success at the plate.
Yeah, and he's talked about it. He's getting approached differently throughout the season, right? Teams are trying different things against him. They'll find your holes quickly.
This one popped up toward the stands in left and into them.
And the job for a young hitter, any hitter, is just trying to figure out, okay, how do we counteract that? And he's such a student of the game. He's so incredibly teachable, taking all of these scouting reports and lessons to heart and learning on the fly. I've been incredibly impressed.
There's a shot to right field. Weatherholt with a long at bat leads off with a single on the 8th pitch he sees in the first inning.
Well, to your point, we'll see a lot of pitches and then get the big hit. This is the splitter. You see the action riding away. Just didn't get it where he wanted to and dumps it into right field.
So the man from Mars is in orbit for the Cardinals. Redbirds have tallied 19 wins when he's scored a run this year.
Yeah, go ahead and knock that out early then.
Yeah.
Let's make it a big 20.
Again, can't explain more surprise that last night was the first walk-off hit for Ivan Herrera, a guy that, as you showed us, hits everything hard for the Cardinals.
Oh, he does, and it felt like the right guy in a spot. He got a breaking ball and crushed it right there. The 3-run shot into the bullpen.
There you bet 3.65 batting odds for Herrera to pick up at least 1 hit. He had 1 hit last night, and it went a long way.
I'll tell you what I loved about, first of all, everybody loves the home run, the walk-off, the swing of the bat, but I loved his interview afterwards with Jim Hayes. Not only the emotion, but him talking through the day. He said, look, I had a couple of bad at-bats early, but I stuck with my approach, believed in the work that I was putting in, and knew that that hard work was going to come into something. And it did. It came into a big old 3-run home run when the Cardinals needed him the most. That's the thing. That is so hard for a young player to trust the process, trust a game plan, or maybe it's a mechanical tweak. And if you don't see results instantly, it's so easy to fall into the trap of let's go back to what I was doing. He didn't do that. He stuck with it and got paid off for it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Weatherholt a short lead at first. And down and away. It's 2-2. Yeah, I'm sure for young players, the initial temptation is hit the panic button. And I think the coaching staff's done a good job of keeping guys from doing that. Jordan Walker's Exhibit A in that regard for us. There's a shot into right center field, and that's going to be caught by Garcia. And back to first is Weatherholt for out number 1. Here's the rest of the Pirates defense behind Carmen Mudzinski. Reynolds, Garcia, Jake Mangum left to right. Horwitz at first. Lau at second. Connor Griffin the shortstop. Nick Gonzalez is at third, and Endy Rodriguez is behind the plate. Rodriguez getting playing time. Joey Bart on the IL with a left foot infection. JJ got a great jump. Pitch in the dirt and no throw. That was easy pickings. Runner in scoring position.
We talk about it all the time. The Cardinals put in so much work on their tells against opposing pitchers. Had about 3 steps before Mudzinski even picked up that left foot to go to the plate.
So an RBI chance for Burley. And this one driven long down the left field line, and Burley gave us a scare on a diving out play at first base. Wondered how the wrist felt. Well, shortly after he did that.
How do you get to that pitch up there? That is above the letters for Alec Burleson. That is 7th home run of the season, way up high. He's got an unorthodox setup, right? His hands start high anyhow, just gets right to the baseball. And another long shot for Burley.
Who's one of the best Cardinals hitters with runners at second and third base. A .339 batting average with runners in scoring position. The Pirates outfield very deep here in the first inning. No swing on a ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned the Cardinals were 14-6 in the last 20 games, and Alec has had a big hand in that.
Yeah, no question. His numbers have been good over the last 20, as have Jordan Walker's. Right in the middle of your orders doing big things, you tend to end up winning a lot of games.
And that's not to say he's been perfect in the last 20 games. There have been some stretches of 0 for 9, 0 for 10. But the great thing about this Cardinal offense, it doesn't rest on the shoulders of 1 or 2 players. It truly has been team efforts night in and night out.
Yeah, I think that you hit a great point. This team just does not hit the panic button to a man. And to me, it is a huge reflection on the leadership of this group, both on the 26-man roster and in the coaching staff. Like, there is just the preaching of work every single day. Just come to the yard, put in the work, the results will be there. And guess what? If they're not there that day, put in the work the next day and believe that the results are going to be there. Inevitably, they will.
That's the 21st pitch of this inning. And Mudzinski has retired 1 of the 3 Cardinals he has faced. And now they're at first and second, and Jordan Walker, your club leader in homers and RBIs, has a chance to make it a big Cardinal lead in the opening inning.
Just showed you Burley's numbers over the last 20. Walker's numbers in May have been very good. .328 the average. OPS over 1,000 for Jordan.
20 career RBIs against the Pirates. That's the most of any team he has faced in his big league career. The second highest RBI totals against an opponent is 9 for Walker. So he has punished the Pirates. 2 on, 1 out. In the air toward right. Mangum is under, and he's got it. JJ's going to tag. He's going to come to third. The ball's cut off. And runners are at the corners with 2 outs for Nolan Gorman. Nolan's got a nice run going. He's got a 6-game hit streak. He's also walked in 6 straight, so he's seeing the ball well. And how about his homer in the game last night?
Yeah, big 2-run shot there for Gorman. Again, the Cardinals powered up in the ball game yesterday. 4 home runs in that one. You know, this guy's got power aplenty. Get a chance to see a lot of those. I mean, he's going to see a lot of the splitters. That has been, if there's a pitch that gives him an issue, it's the changeup from the right-hander or the split finger, the slower one tailing away from him. The thought process for him needs to be line drive over the shortstop position.
That one taken upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to that point. Look at where Connor Griffin's playing. He's almost right behind the second base bag. Gonzalez near the line at third, so an inviting target the other way. The pitch made him throw a strike. First and third for the Cardinals in the first. And Baczynski wants to pause a moment. Every single Cardinal hitter has seen a 1-0 count. Hope that adds up as the night goes along. Pitch 27. That was a beauty. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He does have a good heater.
I'd still in this spot. I'd be surprised to see it again. I got a feeling he's going to go back to that split finger. Been his swing and miss pitch all season.
In the air toward right. Mangum is there, and that will retire the side. The Cardinals get a leadoff hit, a Burleson walk, but can't break through. The party is on at Busch Stadium. We head to the second, no score. No score in St. Louis after 1 inning. It's the Cardinals and the Pirates. Time for our Wells Fargo Active Mike. Here's Jim Hayes.
Yeah, I'm with hitting coach Brant Brown, and last night you guys hit 4 home runs. This team has a lot of ways to beat the other team. Last night we saw the power. What does that say about this ball club?
I just think we're diverse. It's something that we talked about in spring training. I think that we can beat teams in multiple fashions. And in this league, you're going to have those weapons each and every night because you're going to need certain ones and particular ones on certain evenings to win the game.
Ivan Herrera got the walk-off 3-run homer. He says he wants to tap into his power more. Do you want to see that, and how would he go about doing that?
Well, you get power by not trying to have power. We explained that to Ivan, but he is a really good hitter. He has plenty of speed. For most hitters, it's about swinging at the right pitches. To provide that, we always say that homers are thrown, they're not hit. So when you're calm, you're bored, you're relaxed, let the pitcher do his thing, and then you just take a good swing.
We just saw J.J. Weatherholt get a base hit. Obviously, pitchers, teams trying different ways to attack him. He doesn't seem phased. How have you seen the other teams go after him, and how is he adapting?
Yeah, they're attacking more the bottom of the zone, change-up, spin. He's really good at fastballs. So the league is adapting, and we have already talked to him about how we're going to counterattack. He is never phased. It's the good thing about being young is I don't think they know any better, which I'm not going to tell him. So we're going to keep going with it, but he's aware of the adjustments that they're making, and we have told him certain ways to help him counterattack.
He seems to have the maturity of a 10-year veteran. Am I wrong?
Good brain. It's a really good brain. It's an enjoyable player to have, good conversations, chews bubble gum like a maniac, to where we just enjoy having him around.
Good player. Thanks for the chat.
Anytime.
JJ does chew a lot of gum out there, Chip.
Yeah, we're told, Cat, it's 12 pieces a game.
12 pieces a game.
At least, right? I mean, that's kind of the minimum.
At this rate, he needs an endorsement. So we got to work on that, Brad.
Yeah.
We got to get him a bubblegum endorsement before the season's out.
We'll work with MLB partners first, find out who that is, and then go from there. I was always a fan of the, back in the day, the Bazooka Joe, because they came with comics in them.
Yeah, that was
Sit out
good.
there and read some comics.
That's down the line in right. That ball is going to go. It's a home run. Spencer Horwitz with a line drive home run, his 4th of the year. And Pittsburgh strikes first. Michael McGreevy's 7th home run allowed makes it 1-0 Pirates.
Well, I told you the last 2 runs he had given up over his previous 4 starts. Both had been solo shots. Those ones don't end up hurting you, but a big swing of the bat there by Horwitz, who hits this 365-foot shot. It's a curveball. It's down. It's in. It's right into the swing of the lefty. And right there off the party porch, party patio in right field.
Aaron Trowbridge and Tim Garcia, our great audio techs, had microphones placed strategically into that corner. You can hear the thud of the ball so clearly on your television sets at home.
I did think that woman down the line was going to make the grab. She decided self-preservation probably the best call there.
Connor Griffin with a base hit. That's headed toward left. Church cuts it off. Griffin, a big turnaround first, is going to hold there. So back-to-back knocks for the Pirates with 1 out. McGreevy's first 4 outs on ground ball.
Yeah, and a couple of breaking balls that didn't go where he wanted to. This time the sweeper, your Chevy pitch track. This one backed up, caught way more of the plate, wanted that thing away, ended up middle in. How about another one of those ground balls here, Chip?
That would be nice. Andy Rodriguez could provide it. Switch hitting catcher for the Pirates. Just 9 at bats. Again, taking the place of Joey Bart, who's got a foot problem for Pittsburgh. Pirates strike first. Cardinals will have to come back here in game 2. And a strike. Rodriguez out of the Dominican Republic. He'll celebrate a birthday in a few days. He'll be 26 on May 26th. And that's taken a little low. As McGreevy trails 1-0. Parker, what's your Toyota key to the game?
Yeah, this one's simple for McGreevy. It's ground and pound. Talking about outs on the ground, you had mentioned it, the first 4 batters have all been on the ground. Could use a ground ball here. That's going to be the biggest key for him. And he'll get his swing and miss. He struck out a career-high 9 against the Padres 2 starts ago. But the outs are going to come for him, especially quickly when he gets deep into the ball games on the ground. He's got the stuff to do it. Got the sinker, got the changeup, both running away from a lefty. Love to see Rodriguez on the ground here with 2 strikes.
Tried to bunt with the last pitch and flails at that one and is down on strike. So the slider erases Andy Rodriguez. 1 in, 1 on, and 2 outs.
First strikeout of the day here for McGreevy. After showing him away, he comes in with that slider, back foot, down and in to get him to swing right over the top of it.
So Jostinson Garcia is up. He was 1 for 4 in his Pirates debut. They got him from the Red Sox.
What did you say that was? 37 points in Scrabble? Is that right?
Yeah, he was 37, and the other dude was 40. Ricky's looking for the card. I can't remember.
I forget the other one was too. It wasn't Saltalamacchia, right? I don't know how many that one is. No X's though.
That was infinite. That's a sinking line drive, and Weatherholt's got it. The throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. Horwitz hits his 4th homer, and Mason Wynn is back for the Redbirds. Let's see if the Cardinals can even it up in the home second. It's 1-0 Pirates. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cardinals, the official source for your Cardinals gear. Mason Wynn, first pitch, whacks that on the line to third, and Gonzalez is Johnny on the spot. Tough break for Mason. 1 man down. I think she just is on MLBshop.com's phone number ordering some Cardinals gear.
You think so?
I think so. She needs a little more.
Maybe, hopefully ordering some cotton candy. I think it's about that time in the game for that young lady. A little cotton candy, maybe some ice cream.
Yeah, that's always a good thing as Prieto gets the start at third base. looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 8. Gorman DHing, Prieto playing third and hitting 7th. For St. Louis, Majinski has a 1-run lead. And tap toward first. That will be easy. Horwitz has that, and 2 are out. Nathan Church, your batter, batting 8th.
Chip, we did get a couple of reminders via social media who the other Scrabble member was. Mark Zepchinski.
That's who it was.
So Zepchinski was actually the 37-pointer.
Oh, Joe Stinson wasn't?
A 30-pointer for Joe Stinson. Now, this is not any double word score or triple letters or any of that. I'm sure that there's somebody who can tell us what the maximum score of one of these guys would be. Challenge extended.
No balls and a strike.
You a good Scrabble player?
Terrible.
I told you before, like I make up words, but then you will believe me at the end of it that it's a word. I'll give you definitions. I'll use it in a sentence. I'll give you language of origin.
You have such an Eddie Haskell face. How could I possibly
right?
deny
Yeah, look at this thing.
Right.
Would this lie to you?
Now, if you could put together Garcia's first name and Majinski's last name, you'd be the Scrabble champion.
That's a mouthful.
And no, Pittsburgh isn't that tough to pronounce, although it was for Ron Santo. The great
what did Ron Santo call it?
Well, let's just say Ron usually forgot the T's.
Is that right? Yeah. Well, everybody's got their words.
Yeah, don't we know that? That is on the ground. Knocked down at second. Throw to first will not be made. So Nathan Church is aboard. Third Cardinal runner of the game.
Yeah, look, this one I thought that Brandon Lau had flagged it, but he didn't. This one to the backhand side for Lau. That's going to be a base hit for Churchy.
His banner work at home continues. He's at 294 here at Busch Stadium. Now we got to get this kid going. Victor Scott. Victor 2 for his last 24, but Ricky had a great note for us. Victor's making contributions in different ways. He's dropping down a lot of sacrifice bunts, which have led to runs for the Cardinals. So much so that he has 9 sacrifices by himself. The entire Pirates team has 8.
It really has been incredible. And look, we know that there's a lot more there offensively for Victor Scott II. Just working, right? Continue that work to tap into it. But defensively, Gold Glove caliber in center field. The little things like getting down the bunt, huge. And then you buy yourself some time to unlock that offense.
Made him throw a strike, and Majinski did it. 2-1 the count. Biggest moment of the year for Victor came against the Pirates. His dad, of course, a huge Pittsburgh fan. He hit a ball into the river at PNC Park during our 4-game sweep.
Yeah, an interesting game there where Victor Scott II absolutely into the Allegheny for sure.
Right.
Nolan Gorman had a ball that appeared to be hit even further than him, but was potentially obstructed by a tree, and then they never found said baseball.
Yeah, it was inconclusive, they said.
I don't subscribe to the inconclusive. If you're going to follow something like shots into the Allegheny, I kind of find this like in Billy Madison and Miss Lippy's class. You go out there and you find that ball, okay? You make sure somebody knows where that thing went. If you can't find it, it's in the water.
Well,
whoa, Miss Lippy.
Sounds reasonable. As Brian Shapiro, our producer, said, we could put a man on the moon, but we can't figure out where a Gorman baseball went. I blame Jim Turdinich, the former great PR executive with the Pirates, for that mistake. Church has a good lead. Full count. There he goes. And that one hit in the air toward right. And it's been a busy night for Jake Mangum. And the Cardinals are out of luck in the second inning. 9-1-2 coming up for the Pirates. They lead on a solo homer. You've seen the patch on every Cardinals jersey. That's Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Proudly rooted in St. Louis, it's a partnership built on excellence. Jake Mangum leads off the Pirates third. A Spencer Horwitz homer, the only offense so far in the game. And the tarps off crew is getting bigger and bigger with each passing pitch. And they got the bucket hats on out there tonight.
Yeah, those are slick right there. Reversible, too, with the bucket hat. You got the navy on one side, and on the other side, baseballs, hot dogs, popcorn, can of corn. That's the left field. That's going to be an easy out there for the first out of the inning. Yeah, I'm taking the bucket cap. Looks good. I feel like that whole crew pulls off a bucket cap pretty well.
Yeah, right demo for that.
Yeah, it's for me, I don't know. I struggle with the bucket cap sometimes. This one, though, this one works pretty well.
Top of the order for the Pirates, Nick Gonzalez, a slow tapper to Michael to start the game. Yeah, I think you're right. Don't ever do that.
What do you mean?
Don't put that hat.
Did it make me look like I was like 10?
That wasn't exactly the word I was thinking, but yeah, that was.
I'm not very smart. Was it my face?
No balls, 2 strikes. Brandon Lau to follow. Nick Gonzalez, who's got a 3-game hit streak. I like this guy. It's been a tough out. And he just missed a double on a slow roller toward third.
Yeah, he fights, right? He's a guy that a lot like we talk about top of the order for the Cardinals with Weatherholt. We've talked about in years past about Donovan. He's one of those guys that can turn an 0-2 into a 3-2 pretty quick, and then all of a sudden getting himself a base hit. Over 85% of his hits are singles.
And for a guy that hardly ever played third base, that's been his #1 position for the Pirates, who moved on from Key Brian Hayes. Hayes now a member of the Cincinnati Reds. Gonzalez hitting over 300, batting leadoff and playing a new position. He can't do much better than that. The sleeper just missed. It's an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pittsburgh's lost 4 in a row. They're trying to snap out of it here in St. Louis. Next on their road trip, a date with the Toronto Blue Jays. And that one whacked into left field, so Gonzalez a 1-out single. Lau's next. He tested Mason Wynn, who handled his first chance back in the lineup flawlessly. Lau 0 for 1 and approaching 700 career hits. He's 2 away from that. McGreevy has 5 ground ball outs in the game. And missed there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Chip, I certainly don't want to throw out praise a little bit too early, but you're doing a great job with the Lau, Low.
Thank you.
Brandon here. Lau. At least they've been split up. The Lau Lows.
Greatest trade in Major League history, as far as I'm concerned. That was a nightmare. But Lau, one of the new Pirates, and he's trying to help them stay in contention in 2026. Hands held low, waist high, and a little late there. There's that changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, they really were busy in the offseason. They did acquire Brandon Lau. They brought over Jake Mangum. They signed Ryan O'Hearn to a 2-year, $29 million deal, which is something they haven't signed somebody to a multi-year extension since 2016. They brought in Marcell Ozuna on a 1-year, $12 million deal. Been a slow offensive start for him, but you know the damage that Marcell Ozuna has put up over the years.
Yeah, when he's right, he hits everything hard, and certainly did that with the Braves. 30-plus, 40-plus homer seasons for Ozuna. But slumping of late, Marcel, 12 punch-outs in his last 24 trips to the plate, so he's got a day of work and a night of rest. A ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1-0 Pittsburgh. Now 2-2. McGreevy has been awesome here at Busch Stadium. 4 starts, a 1-0 record, a 1.17 ERA. He's given up the 1. That was a second-inning homer. Pirates, as you know, hit the ball on the ground a lot. They've hit the most double play balls of any team in the big leagues. And that chant is known to induce a twin killer.
Is that a fact?
Let's go. Or a fly ball. Church in left is going to handle that. And he does. No advance of the runner. Gonzalez anchored at first. Here's Reynolds with 2 outs.
Well, outs are outs.
Yeah. Well, partner of mine named Ken Levine used to say leadoff walks usually come around to score unless they don't.
You know what that is? That's just knowledge.
Yeah.
Is what that is. Wisdom.
Kind of like the chant always leads to a double play.
That's
unless
right.
It does it. Kind of like being a weatherman in San Diego. You're really not wrong ever. As Reynolds 0 for 1 with a ground out to first.
70% of the time, it works every time.
Pirates have made Michael work a little harder today. The Athletics saw 74 pitches in McGreevy's 6 innings out west. His next one will be number 43, and he's not yet out of the 3rd tonight. Little tapper to 3rd. Prieto loads up and throws a strike, and that'll retire the side. Another ground ball out for Michael McGreevy. 1-0 Pirates. You're watching Cardinals TV presented by Bet365. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by your Mid-America Chevy dealers and by BJC Healthcare. You deserve extraordinary care. What a feast at the UMB Champions Club tonight. What was your meal of choice?
Yes. Everything that you see in that picture, I had. They had an awesome pork dish today. It was a marinated a Hawaiian pork that was really good. The roasted potatoes, the veggies, the Caesar salad. Probably going to get a dog in a minute because it wouldn't be a ball game if you don't have a dog with mustard on it.
Yep. Well, thanks to the entire staff up here and Dante Wade, who does such a great job of running the UMB Champions Club. If you're not sure who Dante is, well, first they pitch to J.J. Weatherholt, who singled his first time. Dante's the 7-foot skinny guy that is in charge of operations here.
Skinny would not be the way that I would define Dante. I would say ripped.
I'm just kidding.
You know the shirts that we had on the other day? Those, but real.
Yeah. This guy is such a wonderful ambassador for the Cardinals and for the guests who come to Busch Stadium and the Champions Club, but he is jacked. My joke with him is, been to the gym lately?
Yeah,
he is.
Turns out discipline's a real thing, as Kim Everly just drops off cookies and brownies right in front of us.
Perfect timing. The pitch is smashed into right field. A multi-hit game for Weatherholt. He's got 11 of those. So a good start for the Cardinals. Leadoff man on for the 2nd time in 3 frames.
Let's see this one again from Majinski. Breaking ball down and in, right into the swing of J.J. Weatherholt. Thing of beauty. Boy, the Buccos are about tired of seeing a kid from Mars, Pennsylvania.
Here's Herrera. He flied out to center. That was fun in Pittsburgh when the Mars High School baseball team showed up, the Fighting Planets. And Andy Bednar, David Bednar's dad, is the coach there, and they had the whole crew out to come watch J.J. Weatherholt play. And he brought us some Mars High School Fighting Planets gear tonight.
Dude, they got some sweet gear. We got the home and away caps, got a couple of jerseys from the Mars team. Now, JJ doesn't know about this yet, so we're probably going to have to just roll into the clubhouse rocking some Mars stuff.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, it was a great interview, too, with him and Danny Wexelman in the stands. But a proud group right over there in Mars, and they should be.
Well, uniform technology's really changed since I was a kid. Those wool flannels were a real pain to wear.
Well, hot in the St. Louis summer, weren't they, Chip? Boy.
No gloves.
Double headers.
No face masks for the catchers. It was a rough living back there.
Well, at least they were able to underhand the pitches. That helped.
Yeah. Not me. Couldn't hit those either. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There you go. That's what the unis look like in West County back in the 80s. Same physique, too. 1-0 Pirates. As Herrera steps out. I don't know the name if they have named their stadium in Mars, but I thought Area 51 would be a great place for their ballpark.
You think so?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I wonder how they feel about that. Because, I mean, Area 51's in Nevada.
Right.
Allegedly.
That's popped into shallow right field, and Mangum makes a nice running catch. Throw back to first. Is off target, but backed up at the on-deck circle. That was good work by Rodriguez. He was right where he needed to be, and on a bad throw from right, he saves the Pirates a base. 1 on, 1 out for Burley. Well, rumor is there are Martians at Area 51. That was the connection I was trying to make.
No, I get it. I get it for sure. You believe in aliens, Chip? Let's get deep here in the 3rd inning.
Every day I look in the mirror, I say, who's that? So, yeah, sure, why not? You?
Yeah, you kidding me? Too much smoke to not be a fire somewhere. No way in this universe are we the only things around. Stop it.
Good point. Burleson's got a little Joe Morgan action looking in that batter's box. See the chicken wing flapping? Joe Morgan, part of the Big Red Machine, and the Houston Astros in the early days of his career would get in the batter's box and would flap the elbow before he got to work in the dish. Pitch. And fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes.
You'll see Alec Burleson do that, kind of one of his little things that get locked in. You'll also see him tweak that front hip, right? That right hip. He'll turn that belt buckle towards the catcher a little bit to make sure he's just getting in the position that he wants to be in.
To me, that's one of the most fascinating things about the art of hitting in the big leagues. So many different stances and styles, but still at the point of contact, the really good hitters all end up in the same place.
Yeah, that same launch position. You see that slight tilt of that belt buckle right back towards the catcher, setting in that hip.
And he stays alive. A ball and 2 strikes. The thing about Burleson is his point of contact can be from the top of his toes to the top of his head, and he's still able to get on top of the pitch.
Yeah, think about that as a pitcher. Where do you attack him, right? Like you just can't fall into a pattern.
That one is poked towards second. The shovel to the bag for 1, and just in time at first. And that will retire the side. The Cardinals can't cash in a Weatherholt leadoff hit. Will St. Louis challenge this one? Looks like the answer to that is going to be no. A double play ends the Cardinals' 3rd. 1-0 Pirates in Game 2.
Top 4 in St. Louis. The Cards announced today that the right field bleachers have been designated a high-energy fan section. They're trying to keep some of that tarp-off energy still here.
As the organization, we are trying to be supportive of that. But that energy, that passion comes from the fan base, and we love it. I think we've always had an extremely passionate fan base in Busch and in St. Louis, and this is just a different form of that passion.
So the seats will be considered general admission, and Chip and Brad, the Cards hope to have a fan vote to name the section. I put out some earlier. I don't know if it's got any legs. How about Swing Dog Perch? Just spitballing here.
Swing Dog Perch.
I like that. Anything
Okay.
named after Swing Dog, I can get behind.
I love it. I think it's so great to see young fans. These are the future customers
Yes.
for our sport.
Careful with fan voting, though, on naming things. Wasn't there a vote? It was the fans, well, patrons, voted for Bodie McBoatface. Isn't that a thing? Look that up, Chip. That's real.
Bodie
McBoatface.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
It's always dangerous when I go to the Google machine.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I think that's real.
Bodie. How do you spell Bodie?
I would go with a Y.
Okay. Mick. Boat.
MC.
Okay. That's grounded foul past.
Gotta make that
base.
play.
O'Neal Cruz rolled out his first time. 6 ground ball outs for McGreevy. The villain tonight, Spencer Horwitz, is next. And another ground ball, this time to Mason, right behind the bag. And that's out number 1. Okay, we are at the UMB Champions Club down the left field line. It's a different angle for us. Here
It's
we
a
are.
great spot.
Yeah.
It's a great view of the ballpark. Unbelievable selection of food up here. Great seating available in the Champions Club as well in the outside area.
There's a lovely lady right below us with a gigantic plate of nachos.
Oh, and we have
which
been
is-
yelling in her ear for the last hour, and she has been a great sport.
Must be a friend of Chris Tuna of the Cardinals PR staff.
Yes, good call with
Pretty
the
good chance.
nachos.
But there's no bad seat at the Champions Club, and we are thankful to be here with you tonight as we meet the Pirates in Game 2. Victor in center should have plenty of room to handle that, and he does. McGreevy quickly 2 outs here in the 4th inning. It's 1-0. Pittsburgh in front. Dusty Blake's squad has been excellent. Both bullpen and starters, Brad, have really found their stride this month.
We showed you the numbers, man, over the last 20 games. Cardinals starting pitchers and relievers. ERA in the 3s. They're really getting it done. And that's just been the fun part about this club is they've picked each other up. Like at times when the offense isn't there, the pitching is. When time of the pitching struggles, the offense is able to battle. That's what good teams do. They pick each other up. There's no pointing any fingers. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Just a young group that's fighting together. Having a lot of fun. You have fun when your leaders have fun too. This coaching staff, just great energy. Love teaching the game to their players. Love getting them better and better each and every day.
You want to know who the cameraman is when we get our great sound bites from Oliver Marmol before the game? There he is. Phil Nichols between Daniel Descalso and Dusty Blake. Phil's out there on the field all the time too when pitching changes are made or after home runs and the like.
Yeah, basically you see a really cool shot on the field. Phil's doing that. He's running all over the place. One of the hardest working guys here.
How many miles a day do you think he walks? Chasing Jim around the locker room and during the game.
Yeah, Jim's not the fastest, so I don't know if it's a couple though. Now he is. Phil and I were talking about this today actually. More on the field right now as this one chopped to the left side. That's going to be an infield single there by the rookie Connor Griffin. Les Miles now, Phil used to be all around the ballpark. Now he's just kind of on the field getting all those great shots every single day. So a little different, a role change.
Well, I was about to say, you're not saying that he's slacking off on the job, are you?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's adapting, adjusting, running, getting in on the action.
Infield hit for Connor Griffin. He's 2 for 2. Rodriguez is next. He struck out his first time. Didn't we have a name for Phil? That one in the dirt and no play. Griffin moves up 90 feet.
I thought it was Phil.
No. We had a name for him. I can't remember what it was.
Like a funny nickname?
Yes. think it was something his family called him, and we hijacked it. I can't remember.
don't know. I would. Maybe I wasn't here for that one.
It wasn't Bodie McBoatface.
No.
I know that. But
it wasn't McCracken. Nothing.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think he's Scottish.
Okay.
Three balls, no strikes. They're chanting "Take it off" in the tarps off section.
Dude,
the section's getting bigger and bigger.
The game started with 2 rows.
Yeah. That misses to Rodriguez, and with 2 outs, Michael has a little trouble here. Infield hit and a walk, and now Garcia is coming up. Rare base on balls for McGreevy, and he's approaching 60 pitches, so he's gotten back on time with a quick 3rd inning. Let's see if he can take care of the Pirates center fielder here. One ball, no strikes. Pirates 3 for 17 with runners in scoring position in the series. And that one shot up the middle, of base hit. Here comes Griffin around 3rd. He's going to score. Throw back to 2nd, and not in time. Rodriguez just did get back. Garcia with a base hit to extend the lead. It's 2-0.
Well, let's see the pitch first. Chevy pitch track here from Michael McGreevy with 2 on and 2 out. It's a sinker, a pitch that's been very effective, but this one stays up, line back up the middle. Victor Scott II comes up throwing. You know that Griffin's going to score easily. Nice swim move right there to get back into 2nd safely. That was a wise throw right there by Vic, trying to back pick him at 2nd.
So a breather here for McGreevy. 2-out trouble. It starts with that infield hit. He got the ground ball he wanted. It just wasn't hit hard enough to Prieto to get the speedy Connor Griffin, who scores the 2nd Pirates run of the game. And Jake Mangum will be the batter after Brad and I come back from a word from Victory Men's Health.
Are you gaining weight, feeling tired, or just not yourself? At Victory Men's Health, we specialize in testosterone replacement therapy. We'll structure a plan individualized for you.
Meeting breaks up. Here's Mangum, who flied out his first time up. Mangum's missed some time with a hamstring problem for the Pirates. Adding 250 on the air to start play tonight. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Nathan Church in the Pirates' scoreless 3rd inning. Single runs for them in the 2nd and 1 here in the 4th. One thing I've noticed, Brad, is that Michael hasn't landed strike 1 all that much in these last couple of innings.
Yeah, big difference, especially for a pitch maker, right? With McGreevy, you want him to be able to be ahead. That's when he's able to expand with his arsenal. When guys can sit on some pitches if they're ahead, it makes it a little bit tougher.
That one foul at 3rd. Hey, and a nice play down the line. Young fan will get a souvenir. That was a nice move to the left by that gentleman.
Saw him out here doing early work at about 3 o'clock, working on that exact play.
Really?
Yeah, hard work pays off.
Stubby Clapp, the master of the fungo bat, was working those folks hard today. And a little tapper again. This one is late to 1st. So the Pirates, a couple of infield hits. Mangum is aboard. And with 2 outs, Pittsburgh 3 singles and a walk. And now you got to face Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah, these are maddening right here. Just gets on top. The chopper over there to Prieto. Can't get it out of the glove. Not sure it would have mattered even if he did.
So Gonzalez is 1 for 2. This game kind of mirroring what happened to Libby last night. He was cruising along and then all of a sudden ran into a wall in the 5th inning.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was, I think, through 4 innings, that was the best we've seen Matthew Liberatore in the big league. Struck out a career-high 9 in that ball game, and then just unfortunately a couple of pitches left up, a couple of ground balls that had some eyes, and an inning with a 4 spot against Matthew Liberatore. But I personally am more encouraged by that outing than anything else with the stuff that he was showing off early.
Michael 7 for 19 and throwing first pitch strikes. And as you'd expect, huge difference in average and slug and OPS for any pitcher when they're pitching behind in the count as opposed to throwing that all-important first strike. He's 2-0 here and no place to put Gonzalez. Did he go? He did. That's a break. 2 balls and a strike. Rodriguez, Garcia, and Mangum are the 3 Pirates base runners. Strike 2. And Gonzalez is going to challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Who's right? So Pittsburgh loses a challenge. That pitch clearly a strike. And it's 2-2. This is a big momentum moment in the game. The Pirates have added to their lead. They've got them loaded. And just a tick low. So everybody will be moving now with 2 outs. Hitters don't chase. It was a tantalizing pitch. Gonzalez laid off. So here we go. 69 pitches for McGreevy. And number 70 is on the way now. On the ground, Mason's got it. Loads up. Throws a strike to first, and McGreevy gets out of it. Pittsburgh gets a run on an infield hit from Connor Griffin. Garcia brings him home. It's 2-0 Pirates. It's still early in St. Louis. If you're hungry for something big, bold, and stacked, you've got to check out the new Big Arch Burger at McDonald's. I'm hungry for a big offensive inning for the Cardinals, who trail 2-0. Jordan Walker is going to lead off. And Baczynski misfires inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jordan flied out to right his first time up. 11 RBIs for him this month. He came in with a .328 May average. He has been remarkably consistent with the exception of about a 7-8 day stretch. But man, has he gotten back on the beam in a great way.
Well, that's what's great about that. You're going to have ups and downs. I don't care if you're a young player like Jordan Walker, still trying to figure out your footing, and boy, it looks like he's getting that figured out. Or you're a veteran player, you're going to have down times. But what was great about Jordan was he didn't get down during those times. Like, he just continued to work. He was there early, digging into video, digging into scouting reports, and getting right back to where he was.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Baczynski again, tough on the Cardinals, a .218 career ERA. Making his 4th start against St. Louis. He's individually 2-0 against the Cardinal offense. First round pick back in 2020 out of the University of South Carolina. He's from Myrtle Beach. That's a pretty part of the world. The pitch. Thought off foul.
I've never been.
It's beautiful.
I gotta go check it out.
Pine trees and ocean, if you like that sort of thing.
That sounds like the best of both worlds, actually.
Walker trying to spark a 4th inning rally here. And the 2-2 is whacked down the line and into the seats. That was coming in hot. Up and out of play. It's astounding as hard as today's players hit the baseball and the hue and cry that was in our sport 5-6 years ago, whenever it was, that the netting went up.
Down the lines
you
further.
You don't even notice it anymore,
Shit.
and it's so critically important now.
I will be the first one to tell you I was anti-netting. I was like, just pay attention at the ball game. Nobody pays attention, okay? Half the people are on their phone, and you don't notice it. The netting is so good now. You're able to see right through it. You're safer. You feel safe bringing your kids to the game. Does not affect any of the entertainment value at the ballpark, certainly. Especially the ones over the dugout. Those ones,
yeah.
I mean, guys would hit screamers. David Eckstein was famous for that, just fouling off tons of pitches. He would hit just liners right over the dugout. Better be ready.
Walker fighting hard. Here's his 10th pitch. It's on the ground to third. Gonzalez, long throw, and he gets him by a step. One man down. Get your tickets for the Cardinals Care 50-50 raffle. One lucky winner will win half the jackpot. The other half will support kids in our St. Louis community. Visit cardinals.com/5050 for your tickets. Here's Gorman. He flied to right. Gorman, a 6-game hit streak, as we said. He's hit 2 homers against the Pirates. 6 homers, 25 driven in for the year. Cardinals have done a nice job of forcing up the pitch count of Majinski. He's now up to 69 himself. He's only made 4 starts to the 5th inning or later. So keep working him over and maybe get into that Pittsburgh pen. Pirates have a 6.81 ERA as a group during this 4-game losing streak. But they've given up nothing tonight. Popped up, and again Mangum is there. 2 outs. Mangum already 5 putouts in the game in right field. Here's Mason. He lined out to third base. Game number 48 on the season tonight. Time flies when you are having fun, and we are doing that. One more with the Pirates tomorrow, then it's off to Cincinnati and Milwaukee for an important road trip. Cardinals in a stretch of 12 straight games against divisional opponents. Redbirds have played great against the Central. They're 6-1 against them, including 5-0 against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so far so good. But it will be nice to see the Reds, the Brewers, the Cubs when we get back to town.
Reds play the Phillies today and beat them 9-4. First series loss for the Phillies since Don Mattingly took over as the manager. But it's been a rough May for Cincinnati. They've won 6, they've lost 13. There's that split grip for Majinski. He's used that pitch very well tonight. And a curveball finds the glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. It is inning number 4. A lot of baseball left at Busch. 2-0. Pittsburgh has the lead. Just missed. So another full count. Prieto would like a chance to bat with a man aboard.
That was a really good take right there by Mason Wynn with 2 strikes. That one, tough slider just under the zone.
Strike 3. Wynn looking for something else. That's not what we were hoping for. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. Game 2 heads to the 5th.
That sword.
Kick off summer with the Cardinals and Tums. For a limited time, get tickets for $10 plus $10 in Cardinals cash for great summer matchups. Details at cardinals.com/Tums. Michael McGreevy had to work overtime in the 4th inning. 7 came to the plate, but only 1 scored. And he trails 2-0 with Lau, Reynolds, and O'Neill Cruz coming up.
Well, I like seeing that. Strike 1, right,
Yeah.
Chip? You had mentioned he had fallen behind a lot. That is now 8 for 20 first pitch strikes for Michael McGreevy. Far below his norm. But that's the thing. Like, so on a day like this, he's kind of been battling with some of the command. Did get some ground ball outs early, yet he's always competitive, always keeps the team in the game. It's only a 2-0 deficit right now.
That one, though, into center field, and it gets past Victor all the way up against the wall. So Lau on his way to second with a leadoff double. That's just the 2nd extra base hit for the Pirates, who had some pressure here. That's his 11th 2-base hit.
Chevy pitch track, wanted it down and away, ended up middle up. This one just stroked into the gap.
That, I guess, is another facet for McGreevy. He's just been a tick off in location in this game.
Well, and that's going to be the key. Look, when you don't throw 97 to 100, your location, while it doesn't have to be perfect, it's got to be a lot better. You just don't have the margin of error that some of the guys with the higher velocities have. What I do love about McGreevy is he's always the same dude. Like, he does not get rattled out there on the mound. He's able to just take the next pitch, the next moment, whatever he's got in a given spot. I know it's something that Dusty loves about his young starter. Just able to compete, pitch in, pitch out.
Reynolds next, and bounces that to first. It's a productive out. Reynolds does his job, gets Lau 90 feet away, and now O'Neill Cruz, the key man in the inning. That's 9 ground ball outs for Michael. And Reynolds will get a tip of the cap from his mates. Despite an 0 for 3, he moved Lau up to third base. Or maybe not. So the infield comes in for the Cardinals. That's fun against O'Neill Cruz, one of the hardest batted ball guys in baseball. You have the luxury of working around him if you fall behind, but you got Spencer Horwitz, who swung the bat very well already in the series, and another left-hand hitter. Two runs on 7 hits for the Pirates, no runs on 3 hits for the Cardinals. Lau at third. McGreevy out of the stretch. Little tapper. Looks the runner back. Throw to first. McGreevy does it again. 10th ground ball out. And now you've got Horwitz or Griffin. Who do you want?
Boy, that could not have worked out much better at all right there for him. Change up, tapper off the plate, right back to him. Stranding the runner there at third. You know this, if you're going to go after Horwitz, you're going to be very, very careful. He has been trouble.
Horwitz a homer to extend his hitting streak to 5 games. He also flied out. He's been very good with runners in scoring position of late too. And there you go, first pitch strike. Horwitz 7 for his last 13 with runners at second or third base. This is a big run to cut off. Lead-off double, now 90 feet away, but with 2 outs. And now McGreevy 0-2, and here's how Horwitz's night began.
Well, he got himself a breaking ball down and in, smashed it right down the line. Your StatCast powered by Google Cloud, only 54 feet high, but got every bit of it down and in. 0-2 looking to bury something here. He does. Good job by Herrera behind the plates, keeping in front with the runner at third.
What a luxury, Brad, it must be for a pitcher to know you can trust your catcher in a spot like that to make that pitch.
Yeah, and you have to be able to, right? I mean, in these spots, you need to be able to bury pitches. That guy has got to be able to block it. We know how much work that Herrera has put in behind the plate to get better and better, and it's really showed off.
So 2-2. Connor Griffin, a 2-hit game, waits on deck, but he's right-handed. Let's see how McGreevy fares here. Deep sigh, his 83rd pitch. In the air and playable. McGreevy's going to get out of it. What a job. A leadoff double, and he keeps the deficit at 2 midway through game 2. The Cardinals pitch maker is making them. Let's see if the Redbirds offense can come alive here in game 2. The post-game concert series is back for 2026. Friday, May 29th, Busch Stadium welcomes country superstar Jordan Davis to the field after the Cardinals and Cubs play. Get your info at cardinals.com/postgame. You know what we need?
What do we need? Nachos? Hot dog.
Hot dog. I was just saying.
Mustard dog.
Yep.
Rally dogs.
Thanks, Kim.
Was that what you were really thinking, or
Yes.
was it something else?
Well, that and a couple runs.
Well, hot dogs.
Kim just asked.
Bring the runs.
Can you?
They're coming, man.
Can you believe
bunches.
can you believe what Kim just asked?
What's it? There's the hot dog right there, out in Tarps off land. Little relish on the side.
Kim actually asked.
Yeah.
Ketchup or mustard?
I know she didn't ask me that.
Unreal.
I've made it abundantly clear where my hot dog is spread, if you will.
That's in the air to right. Mangum makes the catch. I want to try to hit it someplace else. That guy's been way too busy tonight.
No, he's covering everything. The Cardinals have had some hard-hit baseball, just haven't had a lot to show for it in this ball game. Only 3 hits scattered by the Redbirds offense so far, but we've seen this over the past, man. The offense comes alive late. So does that section, by the way. That started out with a couple of rows at first pitch.
They also started out with the white portion of the bucket hat exposed to the elements. They have since turned it around to the navy blue to try to turn around the luck.
Little rally cap. I like the intensity right there. Attention to detail out there in the bleachers.
They're having a ball. That's fouled away by Nathan Church, who has an infield hit. Cardinals have just 3 hits tonight. They're all singles. Redbirds' best chance to score was the first inning. They had 2 aboard with 1 out and 2 flyouts. Took him out of the inning. And a ball and 2 strikes. Scott and Weatherholt to follow. Cardinals have 4 consecutive left-hand hitters stacked up tonight. Reason for that, the splits tell you that Majinski's had more trouble with the lefties than the righties.
Yeah, the lefties hit him hard. Coming into action today, lefties 327 against Majinski with an 881 OPS. On the flip side, right-handers only hitting 218 with a 548. You see why Ollie tried to stack the deck here. We'll see if a little magic can happen late. At the 86th pitch of the night, though, from Majinski.
And at last, the Pirates bullpen begins to labor. Nobody's throwing, but they are starting to get loose as Majinski approaches 90. That one missed. A curveball evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pirates bullpen gave up 5 runs last night. And so here we go, a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Majinski's not gotten through the lineup twice yet. Church, the 8th place batter. Victor on deck. And hammered our way. And into the second deck. Pitch number 9 coming up for Church. That's foul off to our left. Dogs are here.
Golly. We're going to score some runs now. Got a feeling.
That one shot towards second on one hop. Long battle retires Nathan Church. And 2 men are out. Victor Scott, the final hope in the 5th.
Yeah, Chip, I'm not sure it's in our best interest to do every game here from the UMB Champions Club because you'd have to wheel me out of here by season's end.
Yeah. Food's great. Environment's great.
Awesome.
View's terrific. All that's missing is a Cardinal comeback. But we got time for that. 4 innings left after this one if needed. That one smoked toward right center field. That's going to get down and roll to the warning track. Victor around second. Here he comes, and he will stop there. So we got a chance to tie it up. Victor Scott, the second, just ripped his 3rd double. That is the 4th Cardinal hit, the first extra base hit. And J.J. Weatherholt, who's destroyed the Pirates, is next. He's our BJC Healthcare difference maker.
Yeah, well, that was a sweet swing of the bat right there by J.J. going down and getting one. Then another one, a curveball right through the 3-4 hole. A couple of knocks in this one. And after a big double there by Victor Scott the second, a chance to drive in a run here with 2 outs.
So, Jim, a big spot for the Cardinals here. Weatherholt's a chance to tie it up.
Yeah, he said he's not sure why he's had so much success against his hometown team. He said, it's like I told my grandmother, maybe facing them makes me appreciate being in the majors more, or maybe baseball is just weird sometimes, guys. It is weird sometimes.
There's a strike. And it's 1-1. Well, there's no defying the results or denying them. He's got 10 hits in 22 trips to the plate against the Pirates. 3 of them homers.
Yeah, that'll do it right there. He has been trouble for them.
That one on the ground is second, and that's going to end the Cardinals' 5th. Victor Scott with a 2-out double, and the Pirates acting like spoiled brats here in game 2. They lead 2-0. We wrap up the series tomorrow with Dustin May. Bradley, that's your Budweiser. What's on tap?
Yeah, the hope is that Dustin May's got an opportunity for a sweep of the Buccos here. Going to have to come back, but look what he did against the Pirates last time. 6 strong, only gave up 2, struck out a pair as well. It's a slow start to the season for Dustin May, boy, but he's gotten better and better seemingly each start.
So Michael McGreevy out there for the 6th inning, bottom part of the lineup for the Pirates. Let's see if he can tame Connor Griffin. Another roller, this one foul, however. And no balls and a strike for the Pirates youngster. He's 2 for 2, an infield hit, and a run scored.
Well, I think that Michael McGreevy's done a really good job in this ball game. I know he hasn't got ahead like he has liked to, but has worked around a little bit of traffic. Only the one free pass on this one. We're used to seeing him not walk too many batters at all. Only one strikeout, but most of his outs have been on the ground.
Griffin on the ground is 3 for 3. So he's exacting a little revenge for the Pittsburghers. 3 singles.
Now the kid goes down and gets a sinker. This one, it's down, it's away. It's pretty much where he wanted it. He just did a good job of going with it. Remember, we talked about how effective that sinker of McGreevy has been against right-handers. Coming into action today, only hitting 111 against that pitch for the righties. A nice piece of hitting by the 20-year-old.
So McGreevy's got some work to do here. Nobody up in the Cardinals bullpen. Andy Rodriguez, the catcher, has struck out and walked in the game. And Garcia to follow. Griffin's got 3 hits. The Cardinals team has 4. That puts things into perspective tonight. And taken upstairs. Cubs are losing tonight 5-0 to Milwaukee. Brewers trying to sweep the Cubs. Wrigley Field. Cubs had a 15-game home winning streak snapped. And they lost Edward Cabrera tonight. He had to leave with a blister for Chicago. Looks like the Pirates going to challenge the pitch call. It was a strike. So Pittsburgh has exhausted all of their ABS challenges. We've got a lot of baseball left, so we'll see if that helps Michael along here. Justin Brule starts to play catch in the Cardinals pen. And in the air to center. Victor coming on, dives and traps it. Great effort, but he couldn't get there in time, and Pittsburgh with 2 on and nobody out.
A great effort, great concentration to even get that on the short hop, because if he misses this is trouble all day.
Good work to keep that in front. If it gets behind Victor, we've got real problems. We've got problems enough as it is. 2 aboard, nobody out. And Garcia next with a hit and an RBI. Line left field, base hit. Late break by Griffin. He's going to stop at third. So 3 straight singles for the Pirates in the 6th inning. They are singling Michael and the Cardinals to death tonight. 10 hits, 8 of them singles. And now the bases are loaded for Mangum. And that is going to be the end of the line for Michael McGreevy. Justin Brule is going to come on with a big mess. Bases loaded for Pittsburgh in the 6th inning. They enjoy a 2-0 lead.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, Justin Brule inherits a real tough spot. Brad, I'm sure you've been in positions like this. It's bases loaded, nobody out, and a close game. What's the mindset for Justin here?
Yeah, generally put myself in these positions right here as Brule is. Look, it comes down to executing, right? It just comes down to being ready right out of the gate and being able to locate early and often, especially down with some of these breaking pitches.
Mangum takes upstairs. We mentioned the good numbers for the Cardinals pitching staff this month, and the bullpen has been very, very solid too. Give Brule some credit. After a rocky month of April, things have gone a lot better for him in May.
They really have. We talk about this all the time. If you're sitting here looking at an ERA for a reliever, that's probably not the way to go. Look at how they've been throwing the ball as of late. That sweeper been a very effective pitch for him as he evens the count. But last few outings been very good for Justin Brule.
Infield in with nobody out. Little pop, shallow right center. Victor is going to come on. He's going to settle underneath, and his throw to the plate is on the money. So Brule gets the all-important first man. Now a double play gets you out of a big mess. So Justin makes a big pitch. He retires his 14th first batter out of 23 faced.
John Jay alertly looking at all of his outfielders. That was a lot of ground to cover right there for Victor Scott II. Caught that about 20 feet outside of the outfield cut or infield cut of the dirt.
Would have been an infield fly in playoffs.
Will you let it go? It's a long time ago, Chip. Feels like yesterday, though, doesn't it?
Elephants never forget.
Good call.
1 ball, no strikes. Thanks a lot. Gonzalez 1 for 3.
At least the fans handled it well.
And Herrera had to stretch out. Popped up right side. Big spot in the game. It's manageable at 2-0. There's a good pitch. Change up.
The changeup from that arm angle had a little bit of cutting action. Able to get Gonzalez to swing over it. We talked about how much of a good contact hitter he is, but could not pick that one up.
He's hitting 5 double plays. He's behind in the count. In the air right. Walker is in. He's got a cannon. Sets up. Loads up. Here's his throw. It's up the line. And a sacrifice fly for Gonzalez with a 2-strike count. And the Pirates extend the lead. It's 3-0. Walker looked to stagger just a bit as that ball was coming his way and right from our perch down the left field line. He wasn't really able to get his momentum behind the catch and throw.
Well, and Connor Griffin can move a little bit over at third base, right? The 20-year-old, so everything's going to have to be perfect for Jordan Walker out there and right. And look, right now, a 3-run ball game, plenty manageable. Again, huge run standing at third base.
Brandon Lau has a double that came in his last trip to the plate. More homers and RBIs than any other second baseman in the bigs. We don't want him to add to that total here in the 6th. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 runs on 10 hits. All the runs are Michael McGreevy's responsibility tonight. Runner at first goes. Pitch is on the ground to second. And JJ's got that. Boy, Brule, a nice job to limit the damage to only 1 run. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pittsburgh extends the lead, but for the Cardinals, 2, 3, and 4 on Ali Marmol's lineup card coming up. As Brad said, it's a manageable game, 3-0 Pittsburgh. Good things. Kick off summer with the Cardinals and Tums for a limited time. Get tickets for $10 plus $10 in Cardinals cash for a great summer series of matchups. All your details at cardinals.com/Tums. Time for the offense to come to life. We'll have to do it against a new pitcher. Carmen Mlodzinski is done after 5 shutout frames, so it's Yohan Ramirez, Brad, to answer their first. Chevy called to the bullpen.
Well, they didn't have the answer for Mlodzinski. Can they get to the bullpen of the Buccos yet again? Pretty good season so far for Yohan Ramirez. But maybe a new look will be beneficial here.
Well, why is he in the game in this spot? He's a strikeout artist, 33 of them. That's the 8th most of all major league relievers this year. He's retired 18 of 20 first batters faced. And in his last 3 outings, he has struck out 7. So Don Kelly trying to shorten the game with Herrera, Burleson, and Walker coming up. Got to tip your cap to Mlodzinski. He only struck out 1 batter in 5 innings, but surrendered just 4 hits and didn't give up a run.
Yeah, a lot of weak contact. The Cardinals did hit into some bad batted ball luck. Had a couple of balls that were barreled up right at people.
On the ground to second. Plenty of time. Herrera is 0 for 3. Let's step aside for a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Burleson's walked and hit into a double play. He's 6 for 16 at the plate on the homestand. And in for a strike. This guy's got a good arm.
Yeah, he's got that good sinker, great action on that 4-seam. His sweeper is his big swing and miss pitch.
And it's a base hit for Burley. Combs that sweeper into right. And there's a start for St. Louis. Burleson 1 for 2 tonight.
A terrible pitch. Sweeper did back up a little bit right off the end of the bat for Alec Burleson, but he muscles up, puts this thing into right center field.
I hope Yohan Ramirez has a big man cave. He has pitched for a ton of different big league teams. First the pitch to Walker, and that hit him. Did he swing? They say no. Walker hit by a pitch. And the Cardinals training staff will come out and check on him. The Cardinals continue to get drilled at the plate. That's the 38th hit batsman. And now, painfully, you bring the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, Jordan Walker none too happy about that one. You can see why here. 95 miles an hour. This one running in right off that right wrist of Walker.
Here's what it sounded like. Only the second time Jordan's been hit by a pitch. And they're still checking out that powerful right forearm. That's the last thing Ramirez wants to do because Nolan Gorman comes in hot. He's flied to right twice. Another deep fly to right would tie the game.
Well, this was impressive. Left on left against Evan Sisk, who had been dirty. He had been hitting, giving up an extra base hit to a left-handed batter all season long. Well, he did there. The tarps off crew going wild for Gorman. Let's see if he can do it again.
So we've got a rally here in the 6th inning. That's been one of the calling cards for the Cardinals. They do some of their best work against opposing bullpens. A base hit for Burleson. Walker hit by a pitch. Those are your runners here in the bottom of the 6th. Is that fouled? Or they're going to say he swung at that pitch and it hit him. Got him on the back foot, but Gorman did offer it at the pitch, so instead of bases loaded, he's got a 1-1 count.
Yeah, those one hurt twice as much. This the sweeper, back foot, couldn't stop himself and catches him right off the top of that left foot.
So Pittsburgh wants to try to settle down Ramirez here, who's been wild in the 6th inning of a close game. Mentioned Ramirez has pitched for a lot of different big league organizations in the majors alone, with Seattle, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, the White Sox. In 2024, 4 different major league teams: the Mets, the Orioles, the Dodgers, and Boston. And then last season, back for a second stint with the Pirates.
That's a lot of swag that he's got. I mean, that's a lot of team bags, a lot of gear.
Yeah.
He's ready for anything. And whenever he does retire, if he wants to play some beer league softball, I think he's got plenty of gear left up for that.
It's a lifetime 9-12 record coming into the 2026 season. And he's had a rough go of it here in the 6th. 2 on, 1 out, and an even count for Gorman, the DH. He's got power to hit it to the tarps off gang in this ballpark. If he does, they will go crazy. Mason Wynn follows Gorman, barring a double play here. Trying to extend his hit streak to 7 games in a row. Fought off that sweeper.
Yeah, the benefit right here, look, Ramirez is not an easy customer, and the sweeper is good against the lefties. 0.83 the average actually against that one. His curveball is good too. He doesn't have, though, a split, doesn't have a changeup, a pitch that can give Gorman some trouble.
So it's a full count. He's throwing the sweeper a lot. Mason Wynn is on deck. Fought off the heater. Quite a battle here. Gorman will see an 8th pitch. If he throws that sweeper, make it be a strike. Crowd roaring the pitch. He lost him, ball 4. So after a ground out, single, hit batsman and walk. Gorman walks for the 7th straight game. And now Mason Wynn a chance to cut into this deficit.
Well, all of a sudden you're starting to feel it, that buzz in the ballpark. Cardinals have been waiting for that big opportunity, and they get it here. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Mason Wynn, who got removed from the game on Sunday, was dealing with that left knee. He is all healthy and in here trying to do some damage.
And takes high, 1 ball, no strikes. Sisk continues to throw in the Pirates bullpen. After Wynn, you've got 4 straight left-handed batters coming up. Ball 2. There's your target, Mason. Oh, it's in on the grass at first. A lot of room between first and second for Mason. And ball 3. Made him throw a strike. Now all bets are off. But you can still be very selective in the count of 3-1.
At 3-1 right here, you're looking to crush a fastball. Anything else, let it go, make him prove it twice.
3-1. Oh, he let her rip and fouled it back behind the plate. Cardinals have the best batting average with the bases loaded in the major leagues this year. 448 as a team. That stat from Keith O'Brien. Here at Busch, full count. He came back to get Mason. Swing and a miss at 96. 2 are out. Now the group of lefties is coming up. Sisk is ready. They're going to stick with Ramirez here against Prieto, who is 0 for 10 on the year. Way high. 1 ball, no strikes.
I would love to be able to see Cesar Prieto make him pay for this move right here. Ramirez has been erratic in this inning. Maybe leave something up that he can drill. Remember, he was hitting the ball well at AAA Memphis. This guy's done nothing but hit his minor league career.
Cesar had a cup of coffee with the Cardinals last year, looking for his first major league RBI. Cardinals have him loaded, but now 2 outs. Did he get hit? That was close. 2 balls and a strike. Cardinals might be taking a look at this. But not enough evidence to challenge. Prieto in a 2-1 count. Rosen, Walker, and Gorman, your runners. Swing and a high fly ball, well hit right. Manga back at the wall. He's going to make the grab at the fence to retire the side. Prieto gave it a ride, but he came up just short. And the Cardinals still trail heading to the 7th. Tuesday, June 2nd, it's Backyard Baseball Night at Busch Stadium. With your theme ticket, fans take home an exclusive Backyard Baseball 2001 Mark McGwire bobblehead. All the info at cardinals.com/theme. Well, Cesar Prieto just missed, sending this place into a frenzy. Got to find a way to hit it somewhere else away from Jake Mangum, who's made 7 putouts.
Dude, Mangum's been all over the. I didn't think he had a chance on that one. I thought that was over his head. Extra bases easy, clear the bases, tie the ball game, but Mangum and the Pirates had other ideas.
So you got to hold him right there and see if the bottom part of the order can feed the top in the home half of the 7th. Here in St. Louis, Justin Brule, his 2nd inning. Reynolds, Cruz, and Horwitz are scheduled. Matt Swanson has started to play catch in the St. Louis bullpen in right. No runs, 5 hits for the Redbirds, 3-10-0 for Pittsburgh. Brad, how tough is it for a reliever to have the old proverbial up and down, pitch an inning, go sit, and have a long offensive inning and then come back and pitch as effectively?
Yeah, look, everybody's different when it comes to the up and down. First of all, that's what you want. You want your offense to have that long inning. You'd love to be able to put up some crooked numbers, but it's all about just knowing yourself, right? What do you need when the inning starts getting longer? What sort of movements do you need? Does he go in? Does he do a little bit of band work? Does he wrap up the arm and keep it warm? Different guys do different things, but when your role is when you're used to that, and that's a nice backdoor sweeper right there for the first out here of the 7th inning by Brule. when you know that your job has the up and downs with it, you're okay. Like, you're ready for it. The hard one is when you extend a guy in a big spot and they're not really used to that up and down in between. Those ones get a little bit more difficult.
So Brule has retired all 4 batters he's faced in the game. Here's Cruz. O'Neill is 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. And in for a strike. Wait, do guys play catch in between innings, or do they sit and rest?
No, I don't know. Nobody, at least nobody that I know of, like, throws. Like, you might have some guys that have a little weighted ball that they move around, or definitely wrap up your arm or put it in a jacket. But it's very rare are the times when you'd see somebody throw in between.
Stationary bike just to keep the legs warm.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to, but I doubt it. Like, usually there's still so much adrenaline. Just walking around, you can end up being good to go. I mean, some guys want. There's stationary bikes like in the batting cage right there. There's an areas to certainly keep ready. You don't have to go all the way up into the clubhouse.
That one near the railing, and Prieto went sliding and almost tumbled down the stairs. Great effort, and see if he's all right. Not sure what Prieto collided with, maybe the padded rail or the concrete steps.
Yeah, went knee first into it. There is a little lip right there when it comes to the top of the step. Might have caught some of that.
Get no help in the visitors' dugout. The pitch. And Cruz is fanned. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brule. O'Neill Cruz and 0-4-4 night.
Well, they knew where they wanted this one. Herrera behind the plate, wanted it down, away, off the plate. That's exactly where it went. Got Cruz to wave at it. Another strikeout for him. Boy, he has been racking them up on the season. That is 75 now for O'Neill Cruz. That paces the league.
So he's on pace for over 200.
Not good at math, Chip. I've told you that, but I'm going to trust you.
Thanks.
I believe you. Does it check out? Looking at Ricky, the stat guy. Yes, that checks
49,
out.
so
yep, good call. Carry the 2. Put shoes back on.
Oh yeah, we found out, by the way, what Zepchinski and John Stinson Scrabble numbers would be. Is this one on the ground combined? Flip to Brule at first.
What a tease.
Exactly right. I can't think of a more exciting way to get to the 7th inning stretch than that. Time for a rally. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Special night for us. Brad and I join you from the UMB Champions Club down the left field line at the ballpark. Thought we had a big rally working in the 6th. Bases loaded, but couldn't cut into this 3-0 Pirate lead.
Oh, that's on us, Chip. Look, the rally dogs didn't work. Time to get into some rally gooey butter cake. I think that's the only thing that we can do for this Cardinals offense.
It sounds like a plan. Evan Sisk is on to pitch. Back-to-back outings for him. The old get back on the horse after a rough night last night. 3 straight left-handed batters scheduled for the Cardinals. You've got Church, then Victor Scott. Looks like Jose Fermin's grabbed a bat. Then Weatherholt and Herrera coming up. Redbirds have 9 outs left. We're down 3. Sisk, a former Cardinals farmhand. Church, an infield hit to highlight his night. And he kicks off our Honda home run inning. If anybody for the Cardinals can go deep, your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He's trying to avoid being swept for the 2nd time in 3 games. And it's not to be for Church. He's retired on strikes. And the old throw around the horn sails into left field. That'll show him. And it will be Fermin for Victor Scott, whose night ends 1 for 2. It's only the 3rd strikeout for the Pirates.
Only 6 strikeouts in this game total. That has not been, I know in this age you see a lot of swing and miss. This ball game, the ball's been put in play. Both defenses have been clean in this one. A lot of action on the ground.
We keep hitting it to Jake Mangum in right, and he keeps breaking our hearts. 7 putouts tonight. I believe I was told 13 putouts by an outfielder is the most since the 70s in a single game.
Jeez.
And for me now, trying to start a 7th inning rally with 1 out. He's had a knack for the big hit off the bench. Let's see if he can do that. Fermin is 3 for 7 as a pinch hitter with 3 walks. And what Ollie likes about him is that he can handle all the pitches, and he usually, not always, but usually finds a way to put it in play.
He does. He does a good job of shortening up. He's got some sneaky pop as well, especially in counts like that. 2-0, you know he's going to be ready for that fastball. 2-1, going to be hunting one also.
Nice luxury for the Pirates at the start of this series. 3 talented left-handers in their bullpen. Sisk is certainly one of those. And the pitch is popped up. That is right behind the plate. And a stab at the on-deck circle. Rodriguez comes up with that. And 2 men are down. So JJ is looking for a 3-hit game. He's already tallied his 11th multi-hit affair. The Bet365 odds for Weatherholt to pick up a 3rd hitter on your screen. Let's see if he can do it.
Well, both hits have been to the right side. He's been pulling the ball. Might see some of those sweepers from Sisk. We saw him go the other way for the 2-run shot yesterday. Well, inside out swing right there on 93 on his hands.
Well, their shortstop has 3 hits. Let's see if our second baseman can match him. 2 terrific young rookies. Can't wait to see how they square off over the next decade or so in Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Marcell Ozuna, we'll see if he's back in the lineup tomorrow against Dustin May, the Cardinals starter. Braxton Ashcraft will pitch for Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure Marcell is saying, hey, the best toasted ravioli in St. Louis is on the hill.
You think that's where he's pointing them?
Pretty good chance.
Makes sense. Probably knows all the good spots.
2 balls, 2 strikes. We need a toasted Rav stand at the ballpark. If we don't have one.
It's something that's easy to get behind.
I think. Two balls, 2 strikes. That's low. Weatherholt doing his level best to keep this inning alive. Get Herrera up there, and 1 swing could make it a 1-run game. It's been another fun thing about this club. They give themselves a shot, but it's not to be here. Connor Griffin at shortstop is in on the grass, and Sisk has a revenge 7th inning with a 1-2-3 frame. To the 8th we go. Pirates have a 3-0 lead.
Welcome back to Busch Stadium. The Pirates lead 3-0 over the Cardinals in the top of the 8th. Alongside Mark Sweeney, I'm Danny Wexelman. We'll have the post-game show after the last out presented by CarShield. So Michael McGreevy singled out tonight. There's still 6 outs in this ball game, though. Yeah. The comeback kids are one of the best in the league.
And I'm riding the positive train. Put up a 0 here, get that offense back, and you never know with this group.
All right, we'll be here. Chip, Brad, you guys will be here too, right?
We look forward to it, Danny. Let's see if we can come back and beat the Buccos. The Cardinals, as you mentioned, have been a comeback club. Part of that key will be, can Matt Swanson hold them right there?
Yeah, look, I want to take it on that positive train. You know, we're ready for a little late action here, and Matt Swanson.
Bare hand, and the throw to first is a little low. He has been plagued by that all year
Yes,
long.
yes. He's got that turbo sinker beat right into the ground. Another Cardinal that had been plagued by that was Chris Roycroft. You see a lot of those from him early in the season, but that one, you make your pitch, and unfortunately don't have anything to show for it. But if you're Matt Swanson, go right back at it. Pound that sinker again, get another ground ball, hopefully double somebody up.
Rodriguez, the catcher, has reached base twice. We talked earlier about how it's been fun watching the Cardinals' offensive players not hit the panic button when things don't go their way. You mentioned earlier as well, if you look at an ERA for a relief pitcher this time of year, that's probably not the best indicator of how things are going. But for a young guy like Swanson, who was so successful last year, Brad, how tough is it to stick with process over outcome when the outcomes are just like that infield hit?
Yeah, you have to be able to compartmentalize, right? If one gets away from you, you got to be able to be ready for the next one, especially when you have had success at this level. He was one of the Cardinals' best arms, one of the best arms in a bullpen in baseball last year with the numbers that he was put up. And you look at the last 3 outings for him, been really good. He's been unscored upon in the last 3, 2 hits over his last 3 innings. He struck out 3. You try to ride that positive momentum.
There's a base hit to center, and the Pirates will go first to third here on back-to-back hits.
Well, this time, instead of the sinker from Swanson, it ends up being the sweeper. Wanted it down and in, ended up and in. Hands pulled in, yanked it right up the middle.
So trouble afoot here. Pittsburgh trying to make it awfully tough. As Garcia bats, he has a multi-hit game. 3 Pirates have 2 or more hits. Broken bat. That one hugs the line at third, and the barrel ends up in left field. That was a javelin. And Garcia sawed off. For strike 1.
Chip, I don't think I've seen one go that far in a long time. That's a clean break, too.
All that's left is the handle. Maybe the gator tape or whatever that is that gives the batter's grip. I wonder if he can reuse that.
I think that's one and done.
Is it?
Yeah, a little sticky adhesive on the backside of that thing. They can afford it. Show stuff right there.
Pitch is off the glove of Herrera, but no advance. So some tough luck for Swanson. An infield hit for Griffin, a 4-hit game. 2 hits for Rodriguez. Garcia already with 2 singles. As Matt answers the Chevy call to the bullpen after Brule pitched 2 terrific innings, 2 scoreless frames. That's off to the right and foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just looking at Swanson's baseball savant page and just checking out the flare to burner percentage. Little soft hits, I guess is what that means. Last year was 19%. This year 33%.
Some bad luck right there.
That one popped up. JJ on the run. Walker joins him. Foul ground. Weatherholt near the tarp. Can't get it. If he catches that with his momentum carrying him toward the right field corner, Griffin could have tagged and scored. So no harm, no foul there.
Yeah, this is a long way to go right here from J.J. Weatherholt. I really didn't think he was going to have a chance to get there. I thought Walker would be able to get there before he did. Just barely overran it. And I believe you're absolutely right. That run's coming in if he catches that ball. So we'll see. Maybe the Cardinals luck out on this one, especially with a punch out here.
There's a swing and a miss. That's a good result for Swanson. Garcia down on strikes for the first time. 1 out.
Now this one just a tighter sweeper on the plate, down enough to get him to be out in front, swing through it.
Something else that you can look at on the Baseball Savant page. It's really illustrative as to the importance of throwing strike one and the end result. That's fouled at the plate. Last year, Swanson threw first pitch strikes 65% of the time. This year, Brad, it's 58%.
Yeah, I want to say league average is right around 62-ish. Doesn't seem like much, but it does end up biting you when you fall behind.
A 1 count. And now 0-2. But this is all part of it. Swanson's still a very young major league pitcher. He is learning on the fly, and you hope that these lessons learned now pay big dividends in the weeks and months and seasons ahead. He's got the arm, he's got the stuff. He's pitched in the 9th inning before. It's a valuable arm. Base hit though to right, skids past J.J. Weatherholt. Walker's throw comes to third off target, and the Pirates with 3 more singles. Mangum a multi-hit game. Griffin scores his 2nd run, and the Pirates lead 4-zip. Death by 1,000 cuts for the Cardinals pitching staff in this game.
Boy, he goes way down there and gets this one. One hand sneaks it through the right side with infield in. JJ breaking the other way.
So think about the luck for Swanson in this inning, and look, the results are what they are. Griffin a topspin roller reaches, then Mangum with a ball that was on a tee about an inch above the dirt has an RBI hit too. And the crowd getting quiet at Busch. 4-0 Pirates the lead. So career night for Connor Griffin, a 4-hit 3-run affair against the Cardinals. In the 8th, we've got Herrera, Burleson, and Walker coming up. Pittsburgh's bullpen is busy. Justin Lawrence, a right-hander. Two balls, 1 strike. Walker staggers, plays it on a hop. Throw to second is going to be late, and a run will score. Rodriguez comes home. It's another base hit, this time for Gonzalez. He has a multi-hit game, and Pittsburgh with 2 runs on 4 hits in the 8th inning is pulling away.
And starting to open it up a little bit right here. This one, a sinker, is down but middles. That's just a short, smooth stroke right there by Gonzalez.
And Dusty Blake is out for a visit. 5 Pirates have multi-hit games in the middle of 3 in St. Louis, while the Cardinals try to find an answer to the Pirates' offensive explosion tonight. We are going to step aside for a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Chip, did you finish your packing for this road trip yet?
I haven't started, believe it or not.
What? That's a me move.
It's embarrassing.
That's usually what I do. Wake up in the morning, pack really quickly, and then get to whatever the city is and realize you forgot your underwear or something, you know? Whatever it is. Pick a thing. It was underwear. No, just me? Cool.
I'd ask the question that everybody in America wants to ask, but I'm going to show restraint as the pitch is in for a strike.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Go buy some, obviously, like an adult.
Yep. Okay. That wasn't the question, but we'll move along as Brendan Lau is your batter. 5 runs on 14 hits for Pittsburgh. 20 hits is their season high. They did that May 9th in San Francisco against the Giants, who really have trouble scoring runs. This one in the air to right. Walker retreats and settles. He's going to make the catch. Tagging at second and moving to third is Mango. So Lau is retired. 2 outs in the inning. First and third. Don Kelly and the Pirates try to snap a 4-game losing streak tonight. They've got a 5-run lead. They led, though, by 5 in Philly and blew it on Friday.
I like your style right there. Good call. Can happen. We've seen the Cardinals come back from a bigger deficit than this on opening day, actually. A 6-run deficit that the Cardinals were able to overcome.
Is that the last game Tampa Bay lost, by the way?
It feels like it. You had the numbers earlier, right, that the Rays against the NL Central have struggled against everybody else. They're killing it.
They won again today. And the Rays are 21-4 in their last 25 games. They knocked off the Orioles 5-3 today. Reds beat the Phillies 9-4. Herrera took some punishment. Let's see where it got him.
Yeah, just peels those fingers back. Chip, he had one very similar last inning where he had to take off the glove, shake it off. I mean, he's taking a beating back there. Ain't getting any better.
Got another one. That's the risk and reward the Cardinals have with Herrera behind the plate. He wants to catch. It's such a nice weapon to have that kind of offense behind the plate, but you wonder if over the course of the long season the dings and dents and foul balls like that have an effect on what he does at the plate, not just behind it.
No, you're right. I'm sure there's innings like this too. He wonders, why do I fight so hard for this? Why do I want to do this?
Well, they call it the tools of ignorance for a reason, right?
Mike Matheny would disagree with you.
Yes. Yadier 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a base hit to left. Fermin tracks that down, slides up against the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs will score, and Pittsburgh has blown the game open. So Reynolds with a double to left gives him RBIs 29 and 30. And the Steelers have a 7-0 lead. And that's going to be it for Matt Swanson, whose search for answers continues tonight. He's allowed 4 runs on 5 hits and got 2 outs in the 8th inning. Matt Bouchard is on for the Cardinals. After our road trip to Cincinnati and Milwaukee, we welcome the Cubs to town for the first time, May 29th through the 31st. It's the greatest rivalry in baseball. Don't miss it. Hope you'll join us at Busch. All the details at cardinals.com/tickets. Topshoff crew hanging tough in a disappointing night tonight. 7-0 Pirates have the lead. Matt Bouchard is on. After returning from the IL, he'll face O'Neal Cruz. Pirates have scored 4 runs in the 8th inning. Matt missed time with a sore knee.
Got him in front with that changeup, boy. He just lets it fly, doesn't he? I know this is a lopsided affair right now, 7-0, but for Matt Pichard, it's a big outing for him, right? You're looking for an opportunity to prove what you could do fresh off the IL. Rule 5 pick for the Cardinals.
Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go right back to that stuff in the dirt, most likely. See if you can get Cruz to swing over it.
And the risk reward for a Rule 5 guy is when you select him off another roster, he has to stay on your big league roster or your big league IL for the entire season, or you have to offer him back to the team from whence he came. So Pichard, with the knee issues, was rehabbing down in Memphis. There are time limits for that as well. And now he's back with the big league club. And barring injury, Brad, he will have to stay on the roster or be offered back to the Marlins.
Yeah, and hopefully for him, he's able to find himself a bit of a role here in this bullpen, as we've talked about a lot. Starting to see that back into the bullpen solidify. You know where JoJo is. You know where Riley O'Brien is. Stanek been throwing the ball very well. Soriano has stepped up big, as has Graceffo, but could use all the help here, unfortunately. After starting 0-2 to the free swinging O'Neal Cruz, he loses him.
Now you face Horwitz, first and second, 4 in, 2 outs. Horwitz started the game with a second inning homer. It crept over the wall right down the right field line of Michael McGreevy. McGreevy's final night tonight, 5+ innings, 3 runs, 10 hits, a strikeout, a walk, and a homer.
I think for all the traffic that he had out there, a lot of it singles by the Pirates. Thought he did a nice job of managing the game during this one. Wasn't his best outing, certainly, but was able to battle, give the team a chance.
And then Justin Brule followed. Bases loaded, big nobody out, gave up just 1 run.
Big time.
Then a 1-2-3 7th for Brule before Swanson ran into this buzzsaw in the 8th inning for the Bucks. 7-0 your score. 0-2 pitch. And up and out of play. Well, barring a miraculous comeback for the Cardinals, Dustin May and Braxton Ashcraft will pitch for their respective clubs in the 3rd final and rubber game of the series at Busch. St. Louis in a stretch of 12 straight games against the division. They've lost just once within Central Division play.
You excited about this run, Chip? Get a lot of division foes, how tight this division is.
Yeah, I am. I think it'll be fun. It'll be a good test. We'll have a much better idea of where the Cardinals are when we get back for that series with Chicago. You know, Cincinnati's always been a tough place for St. Louis to play. That's a awfully tough place for a pitching staff to work. Then it's on to Milwaukee, a club that leads the division. Brewers just continue to roll along in the National League Central. They won tonight, I believe, or are winning 5-0. And that's the final. They just swept the Cubs, who had a 15-game unbeaten streak at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, this division really is going to be a battle. It's going to be down to the wire, in my opinion.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Herrera's going to challenge. Cardinals have 2 left. Why not? Let's see if he's right. ABS powered by T-Mobile. He usually is.
St. Louis has 1 remaining.
And I mean, look how close that is.
Oh my goodness. I would say well used right there either way. No, they say a game of tenths of inches.
There you go. So another Pirate batter starts 0-2, and now Horwitz will try to stay alive here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. There's a big break. Horwitz swung at ball 4. Pittsburgh sends 9 to the plate. 4 of them score. It's now 7-0. Pittsburgh in front. Well, that's not a happy scoreboard in St. Louis. The Pirates are having their way in game 2. The Redbirds have 6 outs left, and they'll try to get a little closer against Justin Lawrence, former Colorado Rocky. Answers the Chevy Colt to the bullpen. He's the 3rd reliever to work for the battling Bucks tonight.
Well, you chip away and you try to make that bullpen work as much as possible. We've talked about this, even if the Cardinals don't come back and win this game, which, look, hopefully they do. Hopefully they're able to push that bullpen a little bit for the Buccos, put a little bit more pressure on them, maybe use some arms they don't want to before tomorrow's finale.
Well, let's see what kind of appearance Herrera could put together after he got dinged twice behind the plate in this 8th inning. And a hard hit ground ball to 3rd. Gonzalez handles that. 1 man down. 1 pitch, 1 out. Burleson next. Lawrence acquired off waivers. Cool note on Justin Lawrence. He was born in the Canal Zone in Panama. And he just retired a native of Panama in Ivan Herrera. Burleson takes it inside. So JC's on deck. Remember, Jordan Walker got hit by a pitch in the Cardinals' 6th inning. Hope nothing is a foul there.
Yeah, he caught 95 off that right hand.
He went around. 2 balls and a strike. Lawrence last year, 17 games with the Pirates, an 0.51 ERA. Safe to say he was happy to get out of Colorado. Throws hard. He's got that low arm slot. And with the Rockies, his best ERA was 3.72 in 2023. Everything else in previous seasons, Brad, was over 5.
Yeah, look, he's got some filthy stuff. We all know this. The ball moves a lot differently out there in Colorado. And while the ball does fly, you get singled to death out there. That outfield is so big. Not an easy place to call home for a pitcher.
I wonder if the Rockies were starting over, if they would build the ballpark as big as they did. Obviously, altitude, the ball flies. It's one of the most hitter-friendly places in the game. First the pitch. And it's Burleson's turn to get hit. This time on the foot. It's an epidemic. All the sweepers and sliders that pitchers are throwing in the game these days, when they get away and you're a left-handed batter, you are in harm's way. And Burleson is hobbled. That caught him flush.
You see him point to the area with Cardinals trainer Chris Conroy just under that left knee. Oh yeah, right in the side of the shin.
So 2 more Cardinals get blasted by pitched balls, Burleson and Walker. And might have gotten a lot of calf, but on a chilly night, that's going to cramp up, you figure. Doesn't feel good no matter where it nailed him. But back to Colorado, I wonder if they would have been better off, Brad, having closer dimensions but higher walls in the outfield.
Could see that, because again, seriously, you look at a lot of the damage that happens. A lot of it happens in front of the outfielders. They play so deep anyhow. Then it's your 2-run, 3-run home runs because of all those singles. I think it's a very interesting take.
Yeah, imagine if you'd had 420 to center and maybe 350 down the line, 390 to the gaps, but a 30-foot wall or something like that all the way around.
That sounds enormous.
It would be big.
Already.
Well, I mean, but point being, the balls that just sailed over on a line, you'd really have to elevate it to get it out. You make it more of a doubles and triples park.
Sign me up. Make the walls even taller if you want to.
You have to hit it to Grand Junction for it to be a home run.
That's fine. Home of the JUCO World Series.
So Horwitz and Burleson comparing notes. A one-out hit batsman. It will be Sajazi. If we get word on Walker's status, we'll pass it along. Certainly, if it comes after the game, I'm sure Danny and Mark will update you if there's any serious issue with Jordan, whose night ends 0 for 2. Really happy for Sajazi. His bat's come to life a bit in recent days. Remember, he had an 0 for 30 slide. And he's a kid that needs regular playing time. There just isn't a whole lot of that for him here right now. That's a good sign. Walker in the dugout. So a chance to get him off his feet with a quick turnaround tomorrow.
Obviously the hand, you worry about that getting hit, but the logic makes sense in a lopsided game late.
0-2 count. And that one is cut on and missed. It went all the way to the backstop, and Sajazi is retired on strikes. 2 men are out. So first base occupied. Thomas is down on strikes. And Gorman's your batter. Gorman's flied out twice and walked once. Cardinals have lost 19 games this year. If this one turns into number 20, Brad, I don't remember many being this lopsided for St. Louis in 2026. No. They play a lot of close games.
Yeah, these have been few and far between. Having ones like this, they got away. That 4-run 8th inning was a big punch in the gut for the Cardinals. But unfortunately, offensively, it's just been hard to get anything going today against this Buccos pitching staff. They've been known for their pitching the last few years. Majinski, you had mentioned it, their starter today, had the Cardinals number coming into action. 2-0 with a 2.18 ERA in his career against the Cardinals, and that just got better.
So he's in line to win the ball game. Lawrence tried to make short work of St. Louis in the 8th. Pirates lead it 7-0. And that's out of play foul. So Don Kelly's Crews had a fine night to this point. Cardinals will try to find answers in Game 3 tomorrow before heading off to Cincinnati for a Friday night tilt with the Reds. That's down the line, pretty well hit toward the corner, but into the seats, foul. Look how happy that fan is. Fan for life. It's funny what a baseball will do at a big league game.
Yeah, for sure. The guy in the blue jersey knocked it down, first of all, bodied up on it. And then you pick up a souvenir next to it. It's perfect.
One-two count. And rolled over foul. If this score stays 7 runs or grows in the 9th inning, it would be the most lopsided defeat for St. Louis this year. They've had 3 games where the Cardinals were outscored by 6 runs. So we hope we get it out of their system tonight. And a swing and a miss. That'll retire the side. Lawrence is nasty. A scoreless 8th for him, and we go to inning number 9.
You get
7-0. Pittsburgh leads The Cardinals, we head to the 9th inning. A couple of changes for St. Louis defensively. Jose Fermin checks in right. Thomas Ajayce's in left. Joel Pozo will play first base. Smart move by Ali in a score like this. You get both Walker and Burleson off their feet. Little extra rest with a quick turnaround tomorrow.
Yeah, a couple of guys hit by pitches, obviously. In the hand by Walker right there in the left leg, right under the knee. That one had to hurt for Burleson, so rest up with that.
Connor Griffin, what a night. A 4-hit game. He's almost doubled his career total of hits against the Cardinals. He had 5 coming into play tonight. I think he'll be a fascinating case study to follow. Super talented, super fast. He's a big kid. Will he stay at shortstop or eventually grow into maybe a third baseman in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, seems to move well at the position, but you're right. And a lot of that is kind of dependent on who's coming through the pipeline. Do they end up having another guy in a couple of years that pushes him over? Now he's got the long-term deal, 9 years, $140 million contract for the just turned 20-year-old Connor Griffin. That's the most guaranteed money the Pirates organization have ever doled out.
In the air towards center. And that ends his perfect night. But an impressive one nonetheless. Griffin 4 for 5. And he's the first out in the ninth. Rodriguez is next. Boy, the bottom of the order for Pittsburgh did a lot of damage. Griffin, Rodriguez, Garcia, and Mangum have 10 of their 15 hits. That's pretty good. Strike one. Rodriguez has reached base 3 times, 2 singles and a walk. What a valuable asset a switch hitting catcher is for any big league club. And that's what this young man can do. You see the outfield defense. Bouchard's faced 3 batters. He's retired 2 of them. The only blemish, a walk to the first batter faced in his 8th inning appearance. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers lead the Padres out west. That's a 3-0 score. 7th inning at Petco Park. Shohei Ohtani starting that game for LA. He entered play with an .082 earned run average.
Guy's amazing. Making the adjustment, not hitting on the days that he's pitching, just fully focusing on the task at hand. I'd say job well done to this point.
5 innings, 3 hits for Ohtani tonight. His ERA lowered to .073. And the Dodgers entering play tonight with a half-game lead over San Diego, could go a game and a half up. And as great as Ohtani is, the award that's eluded him to this point in the National League is a Cy Young. He wants to win one, and I'm not going to bet against him. It'll be interesting to see how the Dodgers play it. There have been days where Ohtani pitches and doesn't hit, not doing double duty, at least in the last couple of weeks.
That's been the key this year for them, I think, is
but he did bat tonight, and he hit a leadoff homer.
Okay, you know what? Best of both worlds, right?
So Rodriguez with his second walk for Bouchard. And here's Garcia. He's got 2 hits and an RBI. not just trying to choke up and hit the ball to right, even with a 7-run lead. They are taking big, aggressive cuts.
Why not, right? You're looking for something you could drive, still trying to pad your stats in a ball game, still have to execute some pitches.
Braxton Ashcraft, who's scouting this game tonight, is saying, all right, boys, save a few for me tomorrow.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
Herrera's going to challenge. The Cardinals have one of those left. ABS power by T-Mobile, and the pitch is a ball.
Well, that was, about a ball length
in
in off the plate, right? I'm saying somewhere around 2.2 inches. That's just my thought. But did you see the reaction there of Garcia? He looked like that pitch was a couple feet inside. There's a lot of room in there.
So no challenges left in a 7-run game. Let's see how it plays out here the rest of the way in the 9th. It's in for a strike. The other cool thing is about ABS, and maybe it's been underreported a bit, umpires have real-time feedback that's offered them. If their strike zone starts to wander a little bit inside, outside, up, down, doesn't matter where, they can get a message in between innings or even during the game. Hey, you need to tighten up the outside corner a bit. That's down the line. Pozo gives chase and won't have a play. I don't know if you like it or don't like it, but that's the facts, man. It's probably really helpful for the umpires who, like anybody else, fall into patterns that they may not be aware of.
Well, especially how hard this game is right now for the umpires. Everybody throws with such velocity, such nasty stuff. Working the edges is not the easiest thing, and everybody's got their areas of the zone that is their strength. For some guys, maybe it's outside, some guys the bottom of the zone, the top of the zone. Regardless, you're always going to have a weakness also. So to be able to hone that in, if the idea is getting it right as much as we can possibly do with ABS, it makes sense to be able to have some checks and balances.
Yeah, that's a real change in the game. I don't know if it was the case, Brad, when you pitched, but I remember pitchers talking about scouting who the home plate umpire was.
It was big.
In their zone.
Yes.
As that's cut on and missed for out number 2. And what baseball is trying to do is we don't want it to be Doug Harvey or Terry Tata or Hunter Wendelstedt's zone. We want it to be the strike zone.
Yeah, I kind of liked it the other way. Especially if you were somebody that can make pitches, right? So you'd find out. I thought that was part of the nuance of the game. You'd find out, okay, all right, well, this is where it's at today. And can I go back there? And you would get rewarded for being able to repeat pitches.
Mangum's had a big night, and he is out on a line drive to J.J. Weatherholt. So that ends the Pirates' 9th inning. It's last call at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals trail the Pirates 7-0. One more inning to play in St. Louis, barring a 7-run comeback. This is Dennis Santana, who will try to wrap things up. This is his 22nd game. He's the 4th to answer a Chevy call to the bullpen. Santana allowed 3 homers this year. 2 of them came against the Cardinals in that remarkable 9th inning comeback at PNC Park. Mason Wynn leads off the 9th inning and is delivered a strike. Mason 0 for 3 in his return to the lineup with a couple of strikeouts. Tough night for the Cardinals offense, just 5 hits. That said, they had a great chance in the 6th inning with the bases loaded, 1 out. Mason Wynn struck out, and then Cesar Prieto almost got this place rocking.
I mean, he crushed a baseball out to the track. What a play it was.
On the ground to second, double clutch throw is in time. And here's the play we're talking about. It is our Budweiser play of the game. If this drops, the Cardinals might have tied it.
Oh, it definitely was going to end up being the case. Cesar Prieto, they decide to keep Ramirez in against him. And this is a deep drive to the track. The sliding grab out there by Mangum, who has been busy all night, but no bigger play than that one.
In the air, well hit to left, but playable. And Prieto 0 for 4 tonight, 0 for 12 for St. Louis, and the Redbirds have one out left. As it stands, Majinski stands to win it. McGreevy will suffer the loss. And the final hope is Nathan Church. Nice crowd tonight. Over 27,000 were here. But the Pirates spoiled the party. We'll try to rebound quickly tomorrow at 12:15.
Yeah, this wasn't what they were hoping for in this one, trying to ride some of that momentum from last night. But that's how it is sometimes, man. The momentum is only as good as the next day what happens. The starting pitching on the flip side from Majinski, very good. Kept the Cardinals off balance.
And he's in line to go 3-0 against St. Louis.
That's been one of the best things, Chip, I'm sorry, we've seen from this Cardinals team, though. It might have a day like this. Tomorrow, you will see no residual effects from a ball game like this.
As you said, they can compartmentalize with the best of them. And this is one you just say it wasn't our night and get ready to win a series. The Cardinals have done a good job of that at home. They're 5-2-1 in series play at Busch Stadium. And Church not going quietly. And the Redbirds down to the last strike. Pittsburgh trying to snap a 5-game losing streak this season to the Cardinals. And overall, Pittsburgh trying to snap a 4-game skid. That is going to do it. The Pirates shut out the Cardinals. Third time St. Louis has been blanked twice in the last 3 games, and a 15-hit attack by Pittsburgh, Brad, was more than enough to even up this series.
No, this was it was all Buccos the entire way. Michael McGreevy tried to navigate through this one, did a good job of limiting some damage, but the Cardinals offense couldn't get it going. Luckily, get a chance to play again in a few hours with Dustin May on the mound.
And our coverage starts at 11:30 Central Time. Thanks to the fine folks here at the UMB Champions Club for hosting us tonight. And Danny and Mark Sweeney will have the Cardinals TV postgame show, and Brad and I will see you at the ballpark for the homestand finale tomorrow. Tonight, though, Pittsburgh, an impressive win. They beat the Cardinals 7-0.